Hey everybody! It's Tuesday. Or Thursday. It's Wednesday. What day is today? I really don't know what day
Wednesday.
today is. Anyway, it's Wednesday. It's from the barracks. We're back from Yellow Dog. We're gonna talk all about it tonight. I'm Joker with Players Wanted. With me is the man, the myth, the legend of the shortest stature but biggest heart, Greg Paparisi from Dead End Outfitters. And the complete polar opposite, the man that is like 10 times his size, the big hit man himself, is Whiskey. And of
Only about
course,
five.
and of course,
Five
Wiener
times, not 10.
is going to be fashionably. He called me on his way down, so we're going to start going through. Gentlemen, thank you for coming on tonight. After we do the main portion of the AAR, we're going to turn around and we're going to open it up to some of the other guys that were there to come in and join us and talk as I work on my brand new computer and getting stuff there. I'm the first to comment. F yeah. We're going to try something if you guys behave yourselves. We're going to put the little chat overlay up over here. And let's see how this looks. Why is Whiskey the big man down there?
Because he's the big man, period.
All right, let's see how this goes. All right, terrible idea. I know it's a terrible idea, but we're going to roll with it. Greg, I am echoing through your system.
Still?
Yeah.
All right. 1 second.
All right, so what I think everybody here is on the same page. We all want to say thank you all for coming out. It was a blast. We had a great time. We had 123 people out on site, running around, doing fun stuff inside of Yellow Dog Village. With the first type of game that we ever did, which was a infected level game, we're going to go over all the good, all the bad, all the fun, and just have a good time. So, gentlemen, thank you all. Whiskey, you're so big, you're so tall. Why haven't you said a single word yet? Hello, everyone.
I said 5 times bigger than Papa, not 10.
Oh, that's right. You said 3 words. All right. So
And Papa's got some weird voice thing going on that's kind of scary. So
wait until he puts on the chipmunks. If he puts the chipmunks on when I'm taking a drink, I think I'm going to ruin my brand new computer.
Oh, no.
oh, hang on. Let me
I don't think I have the chipmunks today. It's a different sound.
get that in now. There's the normal voice that I was used to.
Yeah. All right.
I mean, I can do the chipmunk sound if you want.
No, it's okay. Oh man,
Best CEO to ever exist. Thank you very much. I appreciate that, Kilo Marlin. Thank you.
Let's talk.
But at least you got out there and ran, even if it was to run away from Joe.
Oh, we're going to get on to that one in a little minute. I think it is time to change his name from Papa to Lucky Leprechaun, from like Lucky Charms.
I'm I'd love to say it was luck, but I mean, I ran, you couldn't catch me.
Well, all right. So, for those that don't know, in the last 30 minutes of the game, the idea behind it was that that we were to make it to where everybody could chase everybody down and everything else, right? That was the fun part about it. We were out there to have a good time. Infected goes through, and here I am walking around as patient zero, infecting players, going through it, and all of a sudden, I see what looked like a 12-year-old boy in full tactical gear walking out from behind the cat house or around the cat house outside of the CP. We didn't have any 12-year-old little boys there. We had a Papa there. So I was like, I'm going to go get me Papa. I go around the side. He spots me. He decides to take off behind the houses. I go chasing after him, and I make my one full leap with my hand outstretched to try to grab him on the downward angle, miss him by centimeters, maybe even millimeters. It was close. I was like, no. And then I proceed to have my gravity decides it wants to fight with me again. Pulls me, I slammed to the ground. I roll my helmet comes off, my apron comes off. I go, blind man, put my shit back on, get up, dust myself off, going, oh, my ankle's gonna hurt. And then I go, where is he? I see him on the backside of like 2 houses down. I see him running, and he's running sort of at an angle to the front. So I then decide I'm going to go through the houses. I'm going to get him. As I come running out, one of the other infected. He's running from the other infected, and he couldn't get away any longer. I think it was Daniel Ortiz that got Danny Ortiz got him twisted, got him, and I was like, "No, you ate my lunch."
I will say that I recognized before my body reminded me how old I am, because where the hill drops down and does those drops, normally at a younger age, I would have just jumped them because it's actually safer to clear them than to try to run down them. As we saw one of your infected on the way down the hill just take a fall, and he went like 15 feet, just kept sliding.
I think that was Tubbs, and Tubbs
that wasn't Tubbs actually. I was getting ready to jump, and I realized I had full kit on, had my gun on me, and I'm like, you know what? This is not going to end well. I'll just run it. I'm not jumping. No.
Yeah, we're at the age we don't bounce anymore. We break.
Yeah, no. I don't need that.
We're going to talk about breaking in a little bit. Because it was definitely really, really fun, interesting day.
Something about a porch and a railing.
What's up, Mike? How you doing? Big Mike. All right. Tubbs got his butt hurt. More like his ankle. I'm glad he's doing all right. The biggest injury that happened, though, unfortunately, was Tin Man, the tank that was otherwise known as Tony. Awesome dude. That I don't think his wife's going to let us play together anymore. Just saying. So I will say that for the site, buy whiskey.
oh my.
I will say for the site, with the lack of internet connectivity, we at least had a lot of people checking in with the skirmish system beforehand, getting their wristbands registered and everything else. So we're going to start with Friday, wait for Whiskey to get back, and wait for Wiener to get here, and then go from there. What's up, everybody?
Is it still echoing, by the way, or is it getting?
No, you're fine now. I would have told you. So the green doesn't matter. His green doesn't matter. I think he just came back. No video feed. All right, Whiskey, fix your stuff.
Oh, all right,
So there he is. He's back now.
He's back. Welcome back.
So let's start with like Saturday check-in day and all that. Everything went really smooth. We warned anybody, unlike other locations, that if you showed up early, we're going to put you to work. It'd be like, what could we possibly do? Why am I giving a shit shovel on some trash bags? This isn't good. We worked tirelessly for 3 days or so, getting it, or especially the last 3 days, getting the event set up, the site ready to go, all organized so that way, once you guys got on scene, it was going to be pretty good.
Oh my!
At the start of this, I do want to really thank and give appreciation for everybody that showed up to help and make this a success. The players were absolutely fantastic. We only had a couple of small issues. The war crimes that happened were, I think it was a total of 41 war crimes between both teams over the course.
40 of them were on green.
Nice try. Nice try.
Talk about it.
I love how Whiskey's just frozen there.
Can you still hear me?
We can still hear you, so that's good.
Perfect.
All
right.
So the thing about that is, when you really think about it, is that we had that was like the least amount of war crimes that we had for an event. except for like Geigerlands. Geigerlands, we don't necessarily issue war crimes against the parties. 40-1, you can't convince me otherwise. There's actually a sheet that was out there, so I don't want to hear it. We actually have. Sorry. For those of you that know that whenever I go out of town now, something bad happens. This time, lightning struck the house, and I lost a lot of stuff. We'll just put it that way. So, anyways, I was going to say something, and then I lost it. Anyways, what was I talking about? Oh, the setups and all that. The war crimes, we had recorded quite a few. Y'all were lucky that the admins didn't have a whole lot of scan boxes to get you guys with those war crimes. So a lot were called in, but it was good. I mean, 41 war crimes, not bad for an event. But of course, when it came down to a point, I do to recall having to say, if we're calling a lunch, it's because you all need a Snickers. Give a huge shout out to that food truck guy. Those gyros were fire, man. I don't know how many of y'all went out there. It was fantastic. So come on, I don't want to lock in.
Well, if I could, real quick, while you're studying your new computer,
I'm studying the camera. Sorry,
I have. I was not excited to come to the event. First of all, somebody tricked me into being the CO, but that's okay. I loved doing it, and that's the whole point. Is what I'm actually getting at with.
Moi? I know you're not talking about me. That was definitely Wiener.
I was not at all. I was sure you called me while you were on a stream. I wasn't sure what to expect from it. And I definitely, I wasn't crazy enthused to make the trip to do all that because I wasn't sure about any of it. And then I wasn't sure. I made no secret about it. I wasn't sure about the skirmish system. I wasn't sure about any of that. And I will say, I said this publicly then too. This was probably. I enjoyed this, the environment, the people, and the role, I think more than any other event I've been to. For me, the only thing that would have made it better were I needed 2 more people to be playing at least. I needed Toucan, and I needed my son. And one was somewhere over international waters, so that wasn't going to happen. But is that any better, by the way, or no?
Yeah, you're good.
I know if it was too dark or not. But it was. I had a. Thank you, Olivia. I appreciate that. It was. I think I don't want to say I found my niche because maybe it might have been a one-time thing, but
you found your niche.
Felt
That's not true.
More alive doing that than I did anything else, like any other time. I really enjoyed doing them even more than going out and shooting. Not that I don't need you, it's I don't want you. It's a whole different thing. Sorry, Tom. You kind of walked into that one. And as far as the skirmish system goes, I know we're going to get into that and all, but although I did find a couple of things that I would change and make different, I absolutely believe in it. It provided a feel for the game that again never had before. It made me feel more like I was in an actual talk back when I was in the Army. It really did. Having some of the intelligence, it definitely made me feel that way. I think there was too much battlefield intelligence, but we'll talk about that here in a little bit.
Yeah. I agree with you that some of it might have been a little bit too much beneficial information. But what I think happened, which especially at Yellow Dog is sort of needed, to show you where things are going. So you send bodies there. Like, we'll start off with green won by only like 200 some odd points.
176.
Oh, there you go. Close enough. 200 some odd is good.
Who's counting?
But who's counting?
Only 176 points separated green from tan, which was not bad.
Wait. And it was 72 to 43. That was the player count.
72 to 43.
So we were out. Yeah, we were outnumbered by 30. Right? Is that not the case?
No. You were supposed to have 66 green versus I got to look up the numbers now. No, it was supposed to be 66 green, so that means somebody pulled a fast one and jump ship.
I'm sure we can pull the numbers off of the system, right?
I didn't even check that and seen if some people like switched over or whatever. So affected one, right?
Yes.
Well, if you're looking just at the skirmish system, if you combine patient 0 with the infected, yes, the points would have added up that way. But there's more than just that. All right, let's see here. Let's go to my management.
Yeah, big shout out to the folks that played infected. Absolutely huge shout out. You guys took a beating and never stopped. It was awesome. Absolutely fantastic.
Guess who finally decided to show up?
My XO.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's not a party until he comes out. Wiener from New Breed Airsoft. Thanks for being fashionably late, Wiener.
I had to. Sorry. Work saving the tatas comes first.
Yes.
At least your face isn't frozen, so.
All right.
Face is frozen?
No, mine is.
Oh yeah, you are. Toms! Love you, man.
Yeah, according to the reg numbers,
Hey, Smurf,
60 green, 42 tan.
60 green to 42 tan.
Yeah.
Where
was
our other tan at? I think we only saw like 15 at any one time.
The infected ate them.
And actually, there was more than that because you guys had 46 tan because they were admins that had registered or had free tickets that for doing the stuff from a previous event that was applied over. So, what, Mom?
Home Depot, the 1800 was for what?
It was for the doors and the door and the windows. You're on camera, by the way. Now, hey.
He said it's doors and windows that we returned.
Yeah, door like it was. We returned 3 doors and 1 door and 3 windows.
Well,
it was all part of that receipt that we sent over.
He should mute his mic.
As he modifies them with his mom.
There we go. Yep. I have the same problem, so I can't be like that.
Next episode, Bob Vila will come over and enlarge Mark's toilet because obviously he needs it.
And my mom's gonna make the meatloaf.
So, I got it. I mean, look, this was absolutely one of my favorite weekends since playing airsoft. I truly enjoyed myself. I was with people, friends and new friends. Just a great time. I don't know what his schedule is for this stream because I kind of can't wait to talk about the people I played with and those that played for me. I'm super excited to do that, but I'm not trying to give anything away if he's got a schedule, which I doubt he does. So it's unlikely, but he has no idea what I'm saying right now. He'll go back and watch this at some point. Waiting on you.
Why's your camera frozen there, Whiskey?
Oh, I am not technologically savvy, so if I knew, I would fix it. But here,
turn your camera off and turn it back on real quick. On the screen there, there's a little picture of a camera there.
I have, and it's come back frozen each time.
Ah, I gotcha. Might have to reboot your computer or your phone. What are you on? As Wiener has meatloaf. No, I'm actually having pizza tonight, Mr. Meadows. Mom's making the pizza. Actually, I came in, threw the extra stuff on and threw it in the oven for her. So it should be done soon.
Sugar goes always. Look at him.
Doug was great AO. And
Mhm.
definitely an op I will remember and want to go back.
No. Jiggle the antenna. Those of us that are old enough to remember, you take a paper clip and go behind the cable box and jiggle it around. That's how you get Cinemax. So
Good God, I remember that. Holy
you remember?
smokes. Heck yeah.
See?
Dude, I used to jailbreak the original Xbox. I used to jailbreak that joker.
Yeah.
I also
remember doing
used
that.
to rewrite I think the CDs, we could do something with those also. Reburn
I think
them.
he's coming back. Yeah. Oh yeah. We used to rip DVDs all the time.
Yep.
There we go. Welcome back.
So you have
These jokers from Players
yeah,
Wanted.
I'll be back,
And
guys.
now your mom comes in.
Yeah, I know. What? Is it done? Is it ready to go?
Now,
Sorry,
now we
did
can
it
hear.
crisp up?
Now we
Is it
can hear
crispy?
Wiener.
Or is it soggy? Be right back.
Oh God! All right,
You're the more professional stream.
Jesus, Jesus Christ! I told her that we have to do this tomorrow and not tonight, and then here she is. She's thrusting a photo in my face. All right, what was I saying before I was really
I
interrupted by
don't
the
remember.
bank? Okay. We're giving praise to somebody, I think. Can we get the stream back on track?
I'd love to. Absolutely love to.
All right.
Oh,
I guess
Danny, there we go. I
guess
didn't
we're-
realize I saw Danny pop in there. What's up, brother?
No, we cannot. So does anybody? All right. So going back to let's go back to like some of the other praise that we can give out here for the stuff that's there. You were saying that the system was working really well. And you were unsure about the game mode and everything.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people were unsure about the game mode of how well it was going to play. And I'm just glad I knew that the game mode was going to work. The infected were not going to be overpowered until like the last 30 seconds, or until patient zero started walking around. Evidently, he's going by the shop tomorrow. I guarantee he's going to get in trouble with the wife. So Drono went kind of smooth. I know we had a backed up line of people. It's going to move better, a little bit better next time we go out there. We'll have a better area for it. Hopefully they fix the floor in what we're going to call the registration building. They started to work on it, got scared of a snake, and it stopped. But I want to talk about the infected a little bit and the start of the game. So when the game went up, there was an intention to make sure that the players knew absolutely nothing about a lot of the mechanics of the game, except that, hey, you have to shoot an infected 3 times. Run, walk, shamble, drop. Right? That's all that the players knew. And I love standing right over by Green CP when the first time the Green encountered an infected and the oh my God came out of their mouths and they just started freaking out because they had no idea what was going on whatsoever. They're like, and I think it was Tin Man and Tubbs that they encountered first, and they scared the ever living shit out of the players. So players were that was me yelling. Whiskey, are you gonna like fix your internet connection here so you can actually participate or no?
No, he's gonna have mom come in and fill in for him too.
I could get Amanda on.
What? Dinner and lunch.
Watching, and you're saying
Now I
they're
understand.
not dying. They're not dying. What the hell's going on? They're not dying. And all of a sudden, Tubbs comes running out and just goes, "Rah!" Boom, and they go, "What the hell was that?"
Where's Emma at?
Emma's got a thing to do tonight. Wiener.
What's my? Oh, get away.
Yeah, you're breathing on it. So
I'm Wi-Fi free.
and I'm not mad. Whiskey, you're killing us, brother. You're killing us. We want you to participate, man. You're killing us.
No,
Why does whiskey have?
you just might not see me.
Whiskey's gonna head on over to Starbucks. He'll be back in a minute.
Oh,
Yeah, and this is at home.
so it was got to pull Skittles get Wi-Fi in the car at the library.
You know, you got the
Ouch.
on screen. You got the comments coming. Is that because you can't see them like I can?
No. I did it so
To share it, yeah.
I'm just
Oh,
did it
share
so we
with
can share the
everybody. I
content
gotcha.
comments. So far, everything's good. And listen to some of this stuff go through. Shot in the armor effective while everyone was in the room and were freaking out. It was great to watch that happen in real time. And I think it was only like when I was standing out there, only one green guy goes, "Something's not right," and then they go, "Well, one guy goes, this is BS. They're only supposed to take 3 hits," and then the other guy goes, "Something's not right," and then you hear the other voice go, "You son of a joker, you son of a bitch," and I just start laughing because they now know that things are not exactly as I explained it, and they go, "He said it in a safety brief. He said it in a safety brief." So then it became like an interesting thing, and then of course, I'm walking up to the truck, and there's a call over the radio from the tan side. Somebody is complaining about how they're not going down, and all of a sudden Toucan, totally forgetting about one of the types of, he goes, "We shot the infected 6 times. He's not going down." So Toucan goes on the radio. He goes, "Infected, can you please be sure to call your hits?" And I go walking up to him, and I was like, I think that's either Tin Man or Buck. They're armored. He goes, "Oh, disregard."
By the way, I'll answer for Whiskey if you need to.
Green team are doing fantastic.
Oh yeah, sure.
So when I go because of the argument that's happening on Tan's side, Green is figuring out that something's not right with the infected and to watch out. Tan, not so much. They're just getting angry. So I took one of the pieces of intel that had the information on John Doe number 5, which was the tank, which we're switching the name from armored to tank because that's what you all called it. Great name. We're going to use it. I ripped out the information on John Doe number 5, took it right over in front of the player that was bitching and complaining, and I just dropped it in the air. It fell to the ground, and then I walked over to the Tan CP to see what they had, right? He runs up, he picks it up, looks at it, puts it in his pocket, and then proceeds to go inside to fight the infected. I laugh, I shake my head, I walk to the CP. I see Papa Wiener there. I was like, "What you guys get so far?" They show the stuff that's there. "Hey, what's up, Justin?" And I saw a laptop. I was like, "Oh, that's good." You are now aware that there is, like any good DM, you now are aware that there's this stuff that's
What's up,
available
Ghost?
to- Yeah. So he so as they're there, I go, "By the way, this person, you might want to ask your guys if they have intel when they come in." And they go, "Why?" I was like, "Just ask." So that guy comes back with his partner, and he goes, and Papa goes, "So you get any intel?" "No, we didn't find anything." The other guy smacks me, goes, "You found a piece of paper, give it to him." So he hands it. Weeder immediately rips into it, looks at it, starts reading it, goes, "Oh, they're armored, guys. They're armored. You got to shoot them in the back."
Yeah, my favorite one was I got the paperwork, the intel about the spitters, and of course you have the self-portrait of Emma.
Terrible. Absolutely
Jeez.
terrible. You guys should be
That's
ashamed of
what I
yourself.
And then she stepped into it at the awards at the raffle.
Man, I got sprayed at the raffle. I was saying, it was hilarious.
You got racked at the raffle too.
So I'm going to turn this over to Papa for a second. What do you feel? How'd you feel about the whole infected thing and everything else when you guys first started really getting into it?
I think they played it very well. That you're infected. They didn't back away. They didn't like. I mean, you didn't hear anybody being like, "Oh, stop it!" No, they never broke character as far as I know. When we had a chance to use them as airdrops, basically, they did their job fantastically. There were some things. There were some confusing rules that ended up kind of getting cleared up. There was, originally we were told that not for them not to follow the infected, and if we were dropping them, because they would turn on our guys as well, and then there was a little bit of a shift to where when we airdrop, our people smell good to them, means that they can't be attacked. So
Good pheromones.
yeah, so it was, when all that got cleared up, it worked very well. We had our guys started to figure it out pretty quick, because I mean, we had a stack of intel like this. So Wiener was piecing all the different letters together. There was a bunch of redacted letters. You had to tie them all together, figuring out who did what, like who could do what, how do you handle this, and throw a grenade in front of him, make him spin around, and shoot him in the back. Like, we were figuring all that out, and our people, I mean, we were just passing the info along.
Yep.
And playing, one of the toughest things it took to get across was don't engage him if you don't have to. Only engage him if you have to. Our folks pretty much got the idea that find intel, bring it back, don't fight. Find intel, bring it back, then go back and fight. If you had to, don't fight the fights you don't have to fight. So, and it worked out pretty well. And we really did a good job.
So, yeah, what?
County Mill Sims in the house.
What's up, guys? What's up, DCM? So I say it this way, right? When it comes down to some of the stuff that goes on when you're designing a game and everything else, especially a game of this nature, right? And one of the things that we're trying to make pretty clear to the infected was to really, really tell them not to just go hog wild and eat everybody at all times, running out and doing stuff. You have to sort of rein them in a little bit, because we didn't want the infected to be overpowered. While we're sitting there going through and doing it, I was like, I want a better way for you guys to be able to control the infected. And I was like, well, you're bringing all these samples in, you're bringing up pheromones. You smell good to them, go for it. I'm into TNCP, and I called Team Tug, my infected Team Tug, which was Buck and Tubbs.
Buck and Tugs.
I go, hey, Tubbs, kill green, don't eat tan. Tan smells good to you. And all of a sudden he comes to the radio, tan smells pretty. They had such a good time with it. It wasn't even funny. So there was one epic moment that was either epically good or epically bad, which way you want to see it. I wasn't there to witness it. Evidently, there's no video of it right now, but Tin Man decided that he was on the second floor, was going to go take out a whole bunch of tan. He came out of, I guess, nowhere. He came out of thin air for the green. He goes up, and the way he explains it was, he went to reach for the kid, and the kid just turned back, and did a matrix move. So next thing you know, he thinks he's going to grab him. He doesn't grab him, goes over the banister, rolls down the stairs, infecting 8 more people along the way, and lands. This happens within the first 10 minutes of the game. And for an epic moment, everybody's like, oh my God, are you okay? And he's like, oh, yeah. He wasn't okay. Everybody give it up to Tin Man, the MVP of the infected, because not only did he have an embedded BB in his face, which we'll talk about that later, but he tore his bicep.
Yep.
So he has surgery tomorrow.
Oh yeah.
That was pretty bad. It was hold on a second here. Hey Mom, what you doing? We can't even see you or hear you.
Is that Sarah?
No, that's Amanda.
Oh, I got you.
Mom.
I don't think we can see or hear her.
Mom's here.
I'll put her back there. I was just giving another one that's there. She's in the background here waiting. That's all I can see her bring her in. Um, that was an awesome moment in itself. But Whiskey, what was your first thoughts on interaction with, or the thoughts on the infected?
I mean, you were standing right next to me when that first outfit came back and dealt with that, and I had told everybody at the beginning, I'm like, you have what you have from the brief, but always keep your eyes open. You know, things are always subject to change, and you had hinted at that in several of your lives. So take what you know, but keep your eyes open. And sure enough, it took only about 5 minutes. As far as them being used effectively, anytime I needed to clear houses and whatnot, it was pretty quick. I think they were very effective as far as using them to clear building versus like the mortars and JDAMs that you used before. It still worked just as well. So, and they were all good sports about it. So,
oh my God, did they get tore up? I mean,
Yeah.
I saw.
I was patient zero for all of like 2 hours. Like, I think it was like an hour or so is when we activated patient zero just to get it out there and moving around. I am still peppered. I mean, it literally looks like I have some sort of STD now because of the one guy that was in the attic of, I want to say, building 8, aiming down, and it was just like you just heard the thwack, 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 and we go, but I still went up the stairs.
Was that Brainerd?
No, it was not Brainerd. It
Oh,
was
not
somebody
Brainerd.
else. It was Brainerd. I would have been like, so let's talk about the start of the game. There was definitely 2 distinct strategies that happened right off the bat. Whiskey, why don't you go first? What was your main goal and objective to start off with?
Right at game start, I know it had been drilled about 0-0 being a huge high value target. So right away, without having any intel or whatnot, I knew the goal: get to the top, take it, secure it. So beyond that, anybody else that wasn't doing that job, it was just basically sweep the village for intel. Some did, but once I found out later, they swept every building but the one closest to our CP. So that kind of threw me a little bit. Then I watched all 7 of the 8 buildings on our side switch to green, and I said, what about that one literally right there? And then I found out later 3 of your infected were in there waiting to a point to where they were playing drums to try to get people to come in, and they just walked right past. So
You probably saw me like, I ain't dealing with that again. Papa, what was your?
no, this was game start before the infected even came into play. So
Papa, what was your thing right up there?
I was pretty sure we weren't going to get 0-0. I sent folks right out to up to Bravo and Hotel, which is right there in front of us, and down through the first 4 buildings that were right in front of us, and asked them to, go clear and push, because I wanted to get as far as we could, as fast as we could, to take as much of the town as we could. And that was the big goal for the majority of the day, was hold the town, because we found out very quickly there was no taking 0-0. It just wasn't going to happen.
Yep.
I had several different attacks, several different avenues of approach. We even infected it once. It just wasn't happening. So at some point, I used 2 people. Don't go up there and just make it look like there's a bunch of us up there, and I just sent everybody else into town. That was we've been busy. So.
I don't want to hear a single thing about 0-0. That's what PTSD is made of.
He's not kidding. Those poor guys, we had guys up there. We had guys go up, get hit, come down, go back up, get hit, come down. I mean, it was what movie was that? We Were Soldiers, where they took the hill, 5 times. They just kept taking the hill. That's
No, that was Hamburger Hill. That wasn't We Were Soldiers.
I thought that was on We Were Soldiers also.
I don't think they took the hill like
Ouch,
5 times.
Smurf. Ouch.
I want to give a shout out to the Air Softies as well. Before we like go forward, we're talking about the infected teams. Let's give a big shout out to the infected. We had Skittles and her dad Mark. We had Tin Man or Tony. Then we had Tubbs and Buck, and then we had the Air Softies. These guys showed up and they go, "So, do you still need infected?" I was like, "Of course, I could use some infected. We only have 6 right now. I'd love to have like 10% of the total number." And they go, "Okay, yeah, we'll do it." Okay, cool. They went shopping Friday night. Totally went shopping. They brought party poppers. They did silly string, the whole 9 yards, and they came to just play and have a good time. It was great. Just the giggle fest that I had, which is, like a lot of times when people are playing like Milsim Gapes, they get all like super serious. It was great to have that moment when all of a sudden you have one of the guys come out with a little party pop. He gets hit. He goes, "Oh!" It's great.
The boomers.
It was just the amount of stuff, and there were a couple injuries. A lot of guys came out peppered to high hell, and it really was something to be seen. So for scorched earth, to give you guys a heads up, we're moving more of the skirmish boxes into the woods. So there's actually going to be a double line of stuff that you guys have to go after for high value. 0-0 is always going to be the hardest one up there. So it's going to be the most amount of points. And there's a reason why we did that. We're also going to be moving
into the woods. That was a little tough.
Well, we're going to actually move the CPs a little bit higher up into the hill, into the woods. So it's going to be like the halfway point between 0-0 and the rest of the AO. So we're opening up just a little bit more. So we don't have people walking down the street, turning right, shooting at somebody that they see, not realizing they're right by the CP. So we spent like 3 hours shopping at Walmart. I love shopping. So all of our teams, all of the infected did a really spectacular job with everything that they did, how they interacted, how they ran out there and did the cool things that they did. And a lot of players were just on we had a lot of good behavior, except none of y'all know how to break the goddamn plane. None of you.
What's that?
I did. Thank you very much. When I got to go out in the field.
0-0 is a straight climb from either side. There is no real it's soft from this direction. No. The only way that it's an easy climb is if you drive all the way up the hill to the property line for the neighbor right behind 0-0 and then walk across, which is of course not right.
Hey, Icarus, you look like a mountain goat.
And there's some cool features up there. Those those rock formations were kind of cool. I heard that you guys had some good firefights up there. It was really good to see. And it was really cool watching the players really interact and understand and get a really good feel of how the game was supposed to be played. And I love that. I'm also gotta find it from Grackles. I gotta find what happens when you guys leave a gun on the field with a GoPro attached to it. Oh yeah. We have some fun times with stuff. So let's hear some more. So I'm gonna switch this up and go back to Papa. After you realized you weren't going to go through there, what was the other thing that you were really driving through? What was like one of your key things that really emphasized the win for you, or not the win, but the positive side of the TAN team?
So I started off with cohesion and objectives. That's all I cared about. When I gave the very first briefing to the first 6 people that were around, it was all about objectives, don't care, get objectives. And then it was, working in teams and communication, get any information back to me. Anything that came my way went came back down, went back out to them. And it was just constant. The chatter on the radio was absolutely amazing. nonstop information being spread across the entire net. It was fantastic, and that was key for me. That was what was. I think if we had just played it straight like any other mill sim that we've all been to, the point difference would have been dramatic.
Yep.
Absolutely dramatic. You have my whole brief recorded. I hope it's a good one.
So I want to share something real quick. Let's see this one right here. Also share system audio. This was Gremlin's gun.
We got your gun.
Hold on.
Now, I will say there was another video that was supposed to be on there. Instead, when we were trying to set it up, we actually switched it to like rapid burst pictures. We're like, the infected are now armed. Go, my children. And we're doing the same thing with the gun going around. It was actually freaking hilarious. So thanks, Gremlin, for the video. It was great. So if you leave a gun on the field, not a problem. But if it's got a camera attached and I see it, I'm probably going to have some fun with it. So Tyler McKellar yelled at myself twice for not breaking the plane. I was very repentant after a stick my rifle tongue lashing. The biggest thing about this location is like people are saying, well, why do we have to do it? It's just a safety factor with this AL. We want to make sure that people don't get hurt or anything else, and that's why. That's simple. I don't want to leave mine on purpose.
Have we gotten to the point where you ate shit yet?
Yeah, we already passed that. We started early with that. Yeah,
I just
You wanted to get that out of the way before you.
I know,
got
right?
You want to go on the radio, go. Patient zero's down. Patient zero's down.
He goes. He didn't even ask if I was okay. He's like, Mark fell. That's what he yelled out from the CP, hiding behind a computer screen.
No. He wasn't behind the computer screen the whole time. Wiener went out at just before the end of
That
Evo
time he was
1.
hiding behind a
Well,
computer
that time
screen.
he was, yeah, because it was my turn to go out.
Yeah, because he was out. Yeah.
Yep.
So I wasn't hiding. behind
We
the
tried
screen.
to share it a little
I was
bit.
standing back there laughing at your ass when you fell down the hill.
Yeah. Not. Are you okay? I think you finally did say, "Are you actually okay?" And I just stuck my hand up in the air and I stuck the middle finger up. You know. Leave you guys.
It was awesome. It was awesome.
It really was. It was great. So Whiskey, after like that first thing, what was like some of your strategy and all that stuff?
Yeah, after we held the hill, it was pretty much just try to gather as much intel as we could. I never was able to find out. I know that a couple times I was hinted that I was supposed to be gathering stuff on patient 0. I know you were patient 0. I have no idea what the objective was for you, whether it was to corral you, kill you. But that intel never came back to me. So
nobody got any of it. So it has that information has not been released, but there will be more intel related to that for Yellow Dog Outbreak. So we'll have more for that and some more props and stuff for you guys to interact with and use. So you guys have a lot more fun with that. Yes, we do have I do have the video of me of the last 12 seconds of the game. I would put it that way.
Brad, you are correct, and you cleared it every single time. Thank you.
Look, I didn't send infected into the building 6 every single time. That was those two.
Wiener and I would be watching. We'd watch the screen and we'd clear it, and it would turn tan. And within minutes, we're like, "How is this red again?
Yeah.
Why is this red again?" And we would clear it, and we're like, "Yeah, okay, now we got the whole. Why is it red again? What is happening?"
We thought the
problem
skirmish system was messing up.
Yeah.
The problem was the green guys would watch the infected go in there, clear it, then come out, and they would just stand in place. So, hence you guys moved right back in, and yeah.
I have to give props. Brad's talking about. I got to give props to Brainerd.
Oh yeah.
All near 7 feet of him, sitting in a squatted position for the entire first Evo.
In the attic. I was
Just
actually he showed it to me when I got on the field. I walked
just
up to where he was at.
ran out the window.
Yep.
He was doing fantastic the entire first Evo. It just out a incredibly low window. It was awesome. He did a fantastic job.
The funny thing about Brainerd, it's like, I didn't see him at all during the entire game. I was like, where the hell's Brainerd? You know, like, where is he?
He was
I wanna
doing
say-
his job.
Yeah, he was doing his job. I didn't see him once throughout the entire thing. And I expected I was going to walk around. Like, it would have, the only time that y'all would have seen Patient Zero do something funny is if Brainerd was still on site. Because my entire plan was I was going to run into Brainerd and go, nope, not even me, and turn around and walk away. So let's talking about the skirmish system just a little bit here. I'm going to share the screen again. I want to show you all something here. There's no audio to it, but this was like the real-time action of what was going on the field.
Oh, can I say real quick before you go?
Yeah.
The first, half an hour, Wiener?
Yeah.
Because of the way it looked on our computer, on our screen,
yeah. Yep.
we did not know. We're like, I know we're getting these buildings. Why is it not showing?
Yep.
Well, because Tan blended in so well with the background that we weren't able to see that we were actually capturing buildings. Like the first half an hour, no kidding. For like the first half hour, we had no idea. Yeah,
Well, this is great. Watching this, you could actually see where all the action was. That Patient Zero entered. So when it started turning purple, the yelling that was starting, Patient Zero's up there, go up there. And then I'm standing like right by the truck, and everybody ran past me looking sideways, like, how the hell did that happen? Joker's right there. I don't know what you're talking about. So I had a fun time with it. I thought it was amusing. So let's see here. I mean, what I love also is that you can see the zombie and Patient Zero just racking up points towards the end. We love the skirmish system. Technically, the infected were not like on the leaderboard for the event. They might have been because they were actually taking objectives and all that, and we can't really like make them not score points. Essentially, let's see here. I'm glad people love this.
I was gonna say, my feeling about the skirmish system. I like I said, I felt that we had too much information on the enemy. I feel like we had too much information on green without having to acquire the information. I would have liked to be able, from one of my guys, to call back and say, building 6, I've got 4 green. And then we could have updated the system from there and got battlefield intelligence, not been handed it. Being able to acquire it, I think, would have been better.
What we're going to do for the future events, because of how powerful it is, we're going to have you guys set up your communication towers and everything else, and allowing you guys to build your network in order to have the screens on. If that makes sense.
Yeah, but will you be able to turn off the enemy tracking?
Probably not. I'm working with. I've been asking Brandon to do something like that to where we could have it logged, at least those 2 screens. Why the hell is it doing this again?
The skirmish system is. I got used to with the iPad.
And with the iPad.
Yeah, because they didn't know where you're at, Brainerd. They couldn't tell you.
No,
where you're at.
Brendan was over. Yeah, he
They
was
weren't
over building
looking
A,
that high up.
just spraying the whole town.
I didn't want to shoot the entire game. So the skirmish system works. We learned a few things about it too. Like we need a whole second set of batteries if we're going to have the games go on for as long as they did. We totally,
especially in the cold.
Yeah.
We need to work
That'll
on
definitely
the
kill them
wristbands
quicker.
staying on.
Well,
Yeah.
you know, stick them under your gloves, put a little tape on them, whatever.
No, we shouldn't have to. If it's a brand new system, what we're paying for those, what those wristbands
It's-
cost us, they better be a better deal. You know, they got to work on it. They do. because I don't want because now I got to
A
buy.
lot of
another
it was
wristband.
operator error, sir.
Now I got to buy another wristband, and I'm not happy about it because it fell off 3 times, and it was inside my shirt too at one point.
Yeah, we had quite a few people that came back and they kept popping off on them.
Skirmish system is
It's
awesome, but
I can't talk about it. I wasn't moving very much, so mine didn't fall off at all. But maybe a slight adjustment in the design.
Those are for RF wristbands. I know he's looking at a few different types and all that. I found a real simple way to fix it was just to put a little tape around it, or just keep it underneath,
Thanks, Stubbs.
whatever.
Oof.
But I want to do just a segue away from this for a second. Somebody that's helped out at quite a few events and everything else, Donna Tingle, her electric wheelchair had died a horrible death. It just stopped working. There's no parts available for it pretty much anywhere. Because that's the way they do these Airhawks. It's one of the only ways that she really is able to get around. Here's the GoFundMe for her page, for her GoFundMe page to get her a new one. She's not asking for the world. She's just asking to raise around, I think it's $2,100 for a new chair. $2,100, which is what the price is for those Airhawks. If you guys can, $15-$20. A couple $100, whatever you guys can afford.
$5.
You guys can
So you can take $5.
anything, $5, anything that you can. Go ahead and toss it over there, help them out. I mean, I know you guys helped out Damien and everything else, but this is somebody that's been in the Airsoft, reading Airhawk on her thing in the Airsoft community for quite some time, taking pictures and everything else. She was registration for a lot of events down here. Go ahead.
And she's still on my staff.
So, So, let's figure if you guys can help out. If not, share it at least. That's free. You can share it for free.
Yep.
So all right. So let's talk about leading up to during the safety briefs. I said this is going to be the first time that we're going to try to go from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. or 7:30 to 7 p.m. I said I was like, unless you guys force us to call a lunch, we are going to go nonstop. So make sure you bring your Snickers out there because I don't want to have to call a Snickers break.
Which you did.
Oh yeah, we did. So they had I'm trying to get Discord downloaded there. I'm on my new computer, guys. My brand new computer came here today, so I was like, "Ooh, I'm going to set it up." And if you all notice, I've not had one glitch yet, save for Mom walking in and want me to help her with her damn thing.
Your face counts as a glitch.
Your entire body counts as a glitch, sir.
Okay, I agree.
Woo! Wow.
My wrist was solid except for Saturday night. Let's see. So what caused the whole? Why can't you work? What the hell?
So we were supposed to play, and we were supposed to play through lunch.
Yeah,
that was the original plan, and we weren't. I don't know about whiskey, but we weren't exactly made aware that some of our guys went to lunch until we realized that our forces were down to about 8.
So I noticed because I had to go get something from the parking lot. Drove down there, went by, and I look over. I said, "That's a lot of green. That's a lot of tan." And there's a line at the gyro guy. All right. So yeah, they right around I think it was like 2:30. I think it was or 2:15. We had a group of tan come down to a flanking play, shot a bunch of players legally. One of the players got really hot, really pissed off, turned around, and then sprayed the tan player, hit him in the neck, which started the argument. And then, of course, one of the tan players decided to face the direction right towards CP, shooting the CP, hitting Mom and Tyler and a couple others, which then caused an argument to break out between admins. At that point in time, I was already there. I was walking up, I was telling
Oh,
everybody
so
to calm
it's an
down.
admin issue, not a player issue.
No, the players started it for sure. The players definitely started it.
Sure.
The admins were also definitely upset about with things that happened. So here's me then,
Thanks,
telling everybody, "Hey, enough! It's done. We're done. Knock it off." And by the time like the 8th person was like, all in that area was all grumpy, I was like, "That's it. We're calling lunch." I was like, "I don't have time for this. I want another gyro because those things were delicious." So we then called a lunch break, which we knew was probably going to end up happening anyway because players at our events don't pace themselves. They don't eat enough or drink enough throughout the day. So they get cranky. And that break is exactly what everybody needed because when they came back on, people had much better attitudes. Would you all agree?
Agreed.
Wiener, shut up.
All right. Yeah.
I was still grumpy.
Just speak for yourself.
That's because you didn't get a gyro.
I
actually brought one to Christian. I went up and I got one
They
for
were
myself and I
really
got one
good.
for Christian. I come walking, I'm driving up to Christian. I was like, "Here you go, eat." And he goes, ah. He takes bite. He goes, "Oh." Those things were fire. So then,
Big question: will he be back?
yes, he'll be back for Scorched Earth.
Excellent.
Yeah,
Yes, you did, Brainerd.
No, you had great altitude. There is a difference, sir.
Oh,
Always has great altitude.
So I'm trying to get in Discord. There we go. I think I'm finally in. Nope.
so have you opened up your old computer yet and found all the dust?
Excuse me,
shut
1
up.
minute, guys. I gotta grab a cup of water. 1 second.
Okay.
Uh,
No, my old desk is my old computer's out in the living room. I'll be cleaning that up. I came home to a pretty hefty mess here. I'll tell you what.
Oh, I'll bet you did.
Why won't this work?
Good question. 8:04.
I don't know. You said 8:04 error. You're an
That's
ass.
what time is 8:04.
Oh, okay. Well, we're still go. So after lunch, what was the objectives for you there? Whiskey?
Same as before. It was gather the intel. I know that once we get back, that was when we first saw the patient 0 spots on the map. So it was try to get the intel for that, and also it was at that point it was just keep trying to get capture points.
It was so the patient 0 thing was to let you all know that he was now coming into play, and that we redistributed a lot of stuff for you all. So that's why I'm using the wrong email address.
Whiskey, did you figure out where the infected originated from the intel?
No,
You did not. Okay. And you didn't figure out where that. No, of course not. You didn't figure out where the objective was either. We couldn't figure out where it was at. We figured out what it was, but we couldn't figure out where it was at. And I bet it was up at 0-0.
Actually, it wasn't.
so
It wasn't at 0-0. Was it in the middle of the damn field?
It was behind hotel.
Behind hotel.
The hotel
Close enough
that's
to 0. It was
that-
close enough to 0-0.
it was actually closer to you guys than to them.
Thought. Yep.
That's where the well was.
Yep. I always kept telling people to find the well. Find the well. Yep.
Um,
But at least I figured it out on the paperwork. But as far as finding it, that was the other problem.
So Joker, was the idea to have multiples of the same intel
weren't the
letters
same,
out
though.
there?
There was
Some
different
were.
stuff
All
redacted.
right. So somebody got lucky because evidently there was an entire there was a huge amount of intel that got disseminated, I guess, really quickly because it fell out of pockets.
Oh,
Can confirm.
So the idea behind it was that not all of them were able to get redacted fast enough. Like when we were doing this, you guys got to understand that with the rollout coming up to Yellow Dog Incident, we also were trying to secure the prison for Syndicate 4. As we're going through and we're doing that, I had to it took me 3 nights of writing, and then when we're trying to have dinner, I'm sitting there trying to do a redaction, and I couldn't do it with a whole bunch of I couldn't do it with like having a whole bunch of people doing it, because then players would read it and be like, oh, that's interesting. And then none of my infected were around to help me go through and redact, and redacted certain areas so that you guys only had partial. And then, of course, Brandon goes, oh, by the way, there's sites that will actually do the redaction for you for free. And I was like, you son of a bitch, you could have told me this before. So all the writing was done, and all of the was done, and then all the and all the redacting and all that was done the couple of days just before the event. So we're trying to give you guys to have both sides have the ability to get the information they needed. So that's the reason why, if you were wondering why there was many copies. And on top of that, certain information was going to be redacted on some pages and not other pages, so you guys could actually piece together an entire report on it.
What are you doing, Blue?
So,
There you are, Gracie.
Papa, after lunch, what was your main goal and focus?
After lunch?
Yeah.
Same thing.
Same thing, really. Actually, I told my entire team I did not care about 0-0 at all, and I wanted to own the town. Those were my exact words. Everybody that came through, exactly what I said. I don't care about all that. Let them have it. I want to own the town. And you know, I will say I made a judgment on something based on the fact that we were supposed to have a second day, and I ended up not.
Is that you related to him?
That would be my brother. That was him saying that's what my goal after lunch was. Thank you, Maddie. So we had a ton of intel, and like between having the vials, like we got, oh my god, by the end of day 1 we had enough intel and vials. After we'd already made some drops, we had enough to do 12 more. We were going to be able to start Sunday. We could have done 12 drops in a row.
Yep.
And I opted to hold on to some of it because I wanted to be able to use them, systematically the next day. And I wanted to have them. Unfortunately, we didn't have a next day. If I had known that, I would have definitely used more of them.
Yeah, and I'm really sorry
that. I'm sorry, Kilo Merlin. It was the most beautiful thing I ever heard. I don't care about that. I want to own the town.
And I was watching a lot of this happen, and you guys were doing some hell of a good pushes. I mean, I love how you guys started naming your own stuff, like No Man's Land. And hi, how you doing?
Apple juice, huh?
Damn, that's strong. I don't want to do that. Stop that. There we go. No Man's Land. It was like probably the most aptly named section out there on the field. The cat house was also like one of the key things that you all caught on to pretty quick. So it was actually kind of cool seeing some of the stuff. Like everybody started calling that one house the outhouse. Now, me personally, I trusted the team and the staff.
That's cool.
In the world?
That's awesome. That was freaking awesome.
I have no idea what that was.
That sounded like some cyber porn there, sir. That's not allowed on here.
That was absolutely unintentional.
Who did it?
Greg. It was Greg.
That was pretty badass, though. That sounded like something from like The Exorcist. That's what I heard.
It's okay. I found it.
Ow.
I found it.
No, ow. That sounded cool.
Not to my ears, it didn't. Ow.
Got
Dude.
stupid all excited.
I gotta go with Kilo on this one. Juliet's
was awesome.
push. Holy cow!
Yep, that guy.
Oh my God, he was my on-field tank, man. He was just pushing, in and out, in and out. Just it was fantastic. Guess we're all hacked now.
Oof.
How about Tubbs? He's got his pen and paper out. He wants to know where that's from.
So, all right. I lost all train of thought. God damn it! Why did you do this to me on there?
I can do it again if you want.
No, I don't need it.
No.
No, thank you. No.
Yes.
Found out where it was from.
So around 5:30 is when we're deciding that we're going to be rolling out Patient Zero for like the first time. Get about an hour of fun time before we turn it saucy. And freaking so we go through and just watching the players now having the ability to go like interact. We came up with some other cool mechanics and stuff that I don't think really got transmitted back to the CPs. So I'm not going to tell you all what happened, like because I don't want to give it up for like Yellow Dog Outbreak because it's going to be really fun then. But it was we go up on the hill and I look at the hill because I was supposed to turn like at least a couple of the boxes like to Patient Zero, and I was like, I ain't going up that hill. So one of the airsofties goes, the other guy goes, I'll do it. Takes my wristband, goes running up the hill, turns up, comes running back, gives me back the wristband. I was like, all right, well, there's that energy. Let's go. So when Patient Zero finally came into play, it was like some of the funnest gameplay I've had in a very long period of time. So unfortunately, all the video I edited for this is sitting on the computer that's now down. So I can't actually show you any of that video, but I'll definitely be putting up because it's hilarious. But so I come up there and I do this, and I point like the like some infected to Echo. Then I go and do the other to 9, and I go to 9 because I was going to go to the No Man's Land and walk into No Man's Land and wait for the first person to decide to shoot me, right? And then I was going to go attack him. Well, I didn't even make it to No Man's Land before Green decided to say, "Hey, Joker, pop, pop, pop." I ate that guy. So I get 2 other tan that were like out in the open. They're like, oh. So then all of a sudden I get this peppered. I was like, all right, game on. And I go through one building clearing out players, go to another building clearing out players. And what they didn't realize was I was using all the different abilities of the infected. I know it got reported back to both CPs. Like, he spit on me. He blew up. He ran at me. He did not die. So at one point for tan, I come in the backside. I eat all the green. I go around and I go out to the front and I turn around and I go in. I eat one guy and there's a whole bunch of tan in the back corner and they shoot at me. So I was like, all right, cool. I go into the other side of the duplex. I come up behind and I just start munching away. And then one kid just books it and I was like, forget about him. I ain't going after him. So I decided that I have had my fill of the tan dark meat. I'm going to go have some greens now, and I'm going to go walk across No Man's Land. As I start to go walk across No Man's Land, God mode activated.
Wow.
I go start walking, and next thing you know, like tan from Building 9, I feel attack on my back, and then thwack in the back of my helmet. So I do this whole, and they go, love you, Joker. And I go, and I was like, I'm still going to go mess with green. So I take another step, and all of a sudden, whack in the back of my helmet again. I look up, and they start laughing. I was like, so I go up there, ignore the people that were in the porch area. I just go straight upstairs and eat them. I come back down and start walking. So I was trying to give you guys the indication is that Patient Zero is definitely gets pissy when he gets shot. By the way, Brainer, I need access to those files you want me to play them. Then I walked across and started eating green. And I was like, why is that door shut? I go to kick the door. I go to push the door. It's like sticking. I was like, oh, let me just kick this open. I kick it open, go inside. I was like, and the smell hit me. And I was like, oh, maybe this is. Let me go through the other side. And as I'm walking to the front door, the floor is literally breaking on me. I was like, oh no, oh no, no. I go to open the door up. It's like tied by a string. There's a guy on the other side. He goes, holy shit, what the hell? Shut it, run out. And then I go into another building and I just hear Tan upstairs. So I just go up the stairs. I ended up, the one guy that was sitting there, I had to constantly put my arms like this in front of my crotch just to protect myself. Because all y'all bastards were just aiming low.
On purpose.
And I got a hold of Tyler. He was just laying down there. I did a little teabag motion on him. And then when I went out, I saw Mom. I ignored everybody else. And I ran straight for Mom. I chased her down, and then I just used my spitter ability all over her. It was awesome.
Oh, I know. her line when she came back to CP to get clean. I don't know how safe it is, so I'm not going to use it on live. But
it was all over her face. Let's put it that way.
I know.
It was all over. I felt bad at the same time. I was just giggling, you know.
Just spit splooged.
Why is it not, Brandon? It's not working, brother. I'm trying to. Yeah, she got silly stringed all over. Which was really funny because sometimes I'd come out and just look over to the side and go, or I'll do the explosion. And when it finally was time to do like the last 30 minutes and the horn sounded, what was really cool. Thanks, Greg. So the horn sounded, and what you saw was all of a sudden Tan and Green, whatever they were doing, they went immediately back to their sides of the field. There was a couple guys that were about ready to push, and they're like, nope, run the other way.
Kilo.
All right. I was wondering what you all were doing up there. Oh, thanks, man. Can't check it on this one.
12 seconds.
We to remind you of a Friday night.
There you go, Papa. Give him a break.
So the idea to get you guys to come into the middle and play and have fun and play was to put two very high-powered, high-priced objectives in there. So if the team got it and got it back to their CP, then
I
we
gotta
get. I
answer
think it
this
was
call
like,
real quick. You're back.
it was a significant amount of points, right? So we put them there, and I wasn't there for the firefight that ensued because I went munching on people. But evidently, Green and Tan ran at each other. Emma's standing there looking at the boxes, and all of a sudden, the Tan guy comes in, he gets waxed. The Green guy comes in, gets shot. Another one comes in, grabs the box and goes. And what the report was from everybody around, that it sounded like the guy had popcorn on his back.
Yeah.
And it was like, I just don't have my email set up on this one yet, Brainerd.
So I have a story about that guy, actually.
No. We're not using names here because, look.
Nope, not at all.
Yeah.
No, because you came back and took the box from us and said, no, he got lit up by both sides. I said, okay.
Yeah.
He came back. And I said, hey, they took the box back. They said, you got lit up. And he goes, I didn't feel anything. And I'm like, all right, airsoft, okay, whatever. So he pulls another player aside. And if this didn't happen at CP, me watching it, I wouldn't believe it. He marches out like 30 paces. He says, here, shoot me in the back. Kid goes, pop, pop, pop. He goes, I didn't feel anything. And I'm looking at the BBs hitting. I don't know if he had 2 layers. I don't know if it's because of that web gear and he had all those canteens. But I think he legit didn't feel it.
And that's fine. He didn't have, I mean, look, sometimes that happens. We just make it simple. All right, you just didn't score the points. We took the box back. As I'm walking the box back, I'm just like, do. All of a sudden, up my back. And I was like, I turn around. Really, Papa? and went to chase the guy down and all that stuff. And then it was all right. It was a good time. But then we started turning players, and when we started turning players, I loved how many jumped into it, how many like fully committed to the entire threat of the infected. I saw guys taking their guns. I prepared for this. They put their guns up, slung it around, and then synced up their their slings on their guns so that gun didn't move, and they were just like, time to go full send. Or a couple of guys handed off their guns. That like I guess when a squad got taken out, they handed all their guns to one player who's like, I ain't getting part of this, and they took it off. I think that was the Juliet guys. And oh god, it was the chaos and everything else. And then within the last like 3 minutes of the game, Green and Tan totally decided to put their differences aside and work together. Because I woke up, I was like, are they really working together? And sure enough, they were like trying their damnedest to go through to protect themselves from the infected. And it was just a beautiful, beautiful way the game went. That's not the video. Where's Bob? Where's your video? Because I got to pull this one up. This was like one of the greatest things I think I've ever done. When it came down to like playing and all that. So one of the things I wanted to make sure happened is I really wanted to have like no players survive. It was like one of my goals to do. And all right, I got it. So I'm waiting for Wiener to come back so he can see this. Hopefully he comes back soon because I really want to talk about this. But Papa, did you decide to go out during the last 30 minutes, or was that just oh crap, the horn sound, I'm out here?
No. It was just I told some of my guys I did it begrudgingly. I was like, I know what's gonna happen. I know what's gonna happen. Like, I gotta go though. I gotta at least get out there. I know what's gonna happen. And this was after like Seb came flying back. Fantastic to watch that chubby Cuban run. It really was. He gave it all. He gave everything he had to bring that box back. And I was like, all right, all my people are out there. They've been doing everything I asked this entire day. Like, they've been doing it without question, nonstop. I'm like, let me get out there. I know I'm not gonna do any good. Like the whole time, I'm like getting my gun. I'm like, I don't want to do this. This is a terrible idea. I know that. And Wiener's like, what are you doing? I'm like, I gotta go. You went. I gotta go. And he's like, all right, I got this. Go ahead. So I trudged my way out. And as soon as I got out there, like, I wasn't out there. I don't even think I squeezed a round off because I looked down and saw like infected down the road, and I'm like, I'm not gonna shoot him just standing there. That doesn't make any sense. Over and there's you, and I noticed you noticed me. And I was like, there's no way this is gonna go well. Yeah. I knew as soon as you recognized it was me, I knew it was gonna happen.
I had the wrong shoes on, man. I meant to put my boots on before going out there. I really meant to put my boots on, and then by the time I was realized, I was like, all right, I need to get my boots on. I realized this how wet my shoes were, and I was like, I need a dry pair of shoes for tomorrow. I'm just gonna run in the sneaks. And
terrible idea.
Where do we start?
You got straw man ankles. There's no way you should be doing that.
Actually, besides, I mean, it didn't really hurt that day, and then the next day was swollen up a little bit, but I'm fine now. It doesn't even hurt anymore.
I'm fine now, he says.
Well, I was fine the day after. I mean, I really wasn't limping around that much. It was just swollen is all. You know, the ankle was just like letting me know that it was not happy with the fact that I decided to try to chase down the little leprechaun, knowing I wasn't going to catch him. Having those boots for dinner really helped. I keep walking and wearing my boots. Yeah, so Tubbs, he took a bad fall and he sprained his ankle. Got a pretty bad sprain out of it.
Who was the infected that ended up going literally head first for at least like a 15-foot slide right next to me, right at the end of the day? I don't
remember. That got you?
No. It was after I got infected. I was just kind of standing there, and he came running down, chasing after somebody, and he like his body went too fast for his feet, and he just and he went down, and he was on the way down the hill, so there was just nothing to stop his momentum. I forget who it was. Yeah. Oh, that was a player that got infected. Okay.
Yeah. Brandon sent me a video here. Man, Brandon, that gun's got some range.
Hey, Brandon, what do you got in that gun? Where'd you get that gun from?
What gun was that? Was that a D-Hop barrel? Was that a D-Hop? I think that was a D-Hop barrel. I don't know. Maybe it was. Let's go ahead and give Brandon some props here. Audio. Look at this thing. Share.
Yeah, I see him.
Look at that range.
I actually do have barrels. I can go up to 710 millimeter. That didn't have a D-Hop in it.
Oh wow!
So that's not the LMG I built for you. I'm surprised. What happened to the one that I built for you?
Oh, that was actually a good one. Come on, Wiener, get back so we can talk about. So we can show you. Don't you just hate it when he like disappears like that? So let's talk a little bit about the injury to Tin Man. All right, the embedded BB in the eyebrow. I got that video too. That one was just gnarly. It's a limited edition MTW. Anytime that we have another game or anything else like that, you know, you see stuff and everything else that you have to modify rules and everything else for. Some good, some bad. In this particular case, when it comes to infected, if anybody plans to be infected in the future, they're definitely gonna have to wear something that covers their entire body. Like there really can't be too much exposed skin because it really is a painful experience, especially if you're a tank.
Yeah.
If you are a tank, the only way you go down is be shot in the back. And can anybody tell me, besides like the grenade going off, what else could cause a tank to spin around? Does anybody know? While we're doing this, a little bit of trivia for the infected. So Tony, when he first went out there, really tried to make it look good with his mask and all that. So he had this paintball mask. He took the goggles out and he was wearing his regular eye pro, which left his eyebrows and all that stuff goes. So he got a shot from a kid that he scared the ever living shit out of, who just then sprayed and got him right inside the eyebrow. We've made a decision to limit the heavier weight BBs from guns that I know you don't like it. It's fine. We're just making. I know, disappointing noises. So if you have an MED, somebody needs to take that away from you now. Bad. Just take your hand out. Let me smack it. Take your hand out. Make your hand out. Put your hand out. Put your hand out. Put your hand out. Yeah, guys, if you're infected moving forward, have to be wearing full face protection. I mean, there could be barely any gap, if any at all. That was like the only one that was really. I mean, up and down the arms, it hurt quite a bit for a lot of people, but that bicycle arm, that motocross armor I had worked great, except you could tell where the armor ended on me because my belly was tore up at a certain line. So yeah, we just have to make sure that the players are protected a little bit more. Dimass for the win. Yeah. Yeah. So 3.6s and below for riflemen, shotgun, and pistols. SMGs. don't have to worry about that because if your SMG is pushing 3.6s, it's probably only going to be shooting at like half a joule at that point, or like 0.78 of a joule. It's a matter about the mass and hitting hard. So LMGs are the only people that can use above 3.6s are going to be your, I guess, SMG class if you really want to use above 3.6s, but your DMRs and your snipers to get the extra ranges and all that. We're looking at armor like that for the next event. Absolutely, man. That armor really saved me quite a bit. I had a padded shirt on plus the armor, and for the most part, it was just the belly area that got nailed on me. If you become infected, I know it's really exciting to try to go eat people. Try to be a little careful so you don't go sliding through. John Alberta, so you see he said hi. Papa.
Say again. Oh, what's up, John? So, all right, so you're limiting SMGs, like DMRs and snipers can use the heavier weights?
Yeah. SMGs, I guess, can use it too, but 3.6s and below for the other classes, except for SMG, sniper, and DMR. We really have to make sure that the players are safe. We can't, I mean, there's a lot more energy involved with it. The heavier the weight BB hurts a lot more, blah, blah, blah. The other thing is we're changing up our chrono rules when it comes to shotguns.
You don't say.
Huh?
If you don't say.
You
stop that.
So if your shotgun can shoot 6 shots and 3 shots, it's going to be set to 3 shots. It's going to be marked that it's been not only chronoed at the appropriate FPS, but it's going to be chronoed that it's been verified with a separate tag that it was chronoed using 3 shots. If your gun is shooting 6 shots when you go onto the field, you're done. Stay home. Don't come out. We don't want you there.
Brad has a question about how are you going to, so I don't know if you remember when we talked about Raptor.
Yeah.
So many years ago.
Oh, wait. There's an update on that.
No, I'm just saying, how are you going to be able to police what use? That's
it's kind of hard to go through and police that. I mean, but if we know, look, one of the things that we're going to make it clear, we're going to make it within our policy. If a person gets caught using them, they're just it's going to be in trouble. I mean, guys, what's rule number 1 for our events? Leave all the attitude and ego off the field. Other words, don't be a dick. Using heavyweight BBs and rifleman guns and all that. While, yeah, you could go through there. Oh, I'm going to make them call their hit. The problem is you got people like you're in close quarters with 0 MED and people are just getting peppered. I mean, I would say that's just a bad juju situation. It goes against rule number 1. Use fate rounds. No. The jewel creep can be pretty intense. So if we find it, it won't be pretty. It's the other big thing I want to talk about while we wait for Wiener to come back, if he ever decides to come back, is what happens with our events compared to others, right? So we, as an event producer and the people that work with the staff that's here, we have a collective minds of, I think it's like 8 different event hosts, store owners, field owners, and all that, with probably over 150 years of experience in airsoft that I could tap into if I need opinions or advice of something that is happening, right? I don't like banning people. I don't like yelling at people. I know it seems that way, but I don't do that. It's not who I really want to be. I want people to have a good time. I want people to have fun. And I want people to always enjoy our events moving forward. So with that being said, if you're told we need to talk to you and hold on a minute while we make a decision and you decide to leave, be expecting that you're not going to be coming back to any of our events in the future. I didn't think it would have to be said out loud, but it does. 9 times out of 10, unless it's something so egregious that you are just done, you'll never be back, or you're not coming back. a lot of times we're going to talk through and see there's a way for you to learn from your mistakes. The guy the green player that shot the tan player after he was dead because he was mad, realized that he was mad. And I actually said, are you really upset that a guy outplayed you, shot you with a plastic BB, and then you shot him in retaliation? Is that really a smart thing? He calmed down. He realized he screwed up. He apologized then. And then him and his squad leader came back during lunch and apologized again and again and again. And I said, look, you guys can stop apologizing. I get it. Just don't do it again. Right. So if you're told, wait over there, just wait over there. More than likely, it's not going to be as bad as you think because we're giving you an opportunity to calm down and say, is this a teachable moment so you can be a better airsofter? Because that's what, especially if this man sees it right here and this man has any say right here, this guy right here, this guy right here.
I don't know.
Yeah, how much, Mom? I see you sitting there in the green room. I'll bring you in. This guy right here is how I like to base my entire life off of at a level of patience, understanding, forgiveness, the whole 9 yards. I try my damnedest to live by this guy's example, right? And I do that because he is probably one of the most even-keeled individuals out there and wants everybody to be better. So if you fuck up at our event and you just get kicked out and you go away, you might never have the opportunity to learn from your mistakes and become a better person. So that's what we strive for. Now, there will be stuff that if you do it, you're just gone and you never come back. But with that being said, if you do that, you're probably going to be gone. If you have such uncontrollable rage that you cannot sit there and talk and have a conversation after you've been told to go take a break and come right back, just stand over there. If you can't hold that, you probably need a new sport. I'm just saying. So with that being said, it will be written in the rules. If an admin tells you to stay, come over there, stay and wait, and you decide that you're just not going to have it and you're not going to have the conversation, you might as well pack up your stuff and probably not come back to our events anymore. We don't want to see that happen. We want to see people learn. That's just a reality. Hi, Mom. How are you?
I'm exhausted.
Mom.
Shut up, Nick. No, you don't understand. I get the mom 40 fucking times or at least 40 until I answer.
So I don't know if you heard or not, but we already talked about how the defilement I did of you.
Phrasing? Something
Oh no, it's not phrasing at all. It's
I
got patient 0, and then you were sitting there lying on the ground because you gave out, and I was just standing over you.
Mom, think about when you came back to CP and your line you told me what happened.
That Joker jizzed all over my face.
There it is.
I said that as my child walks in the room. Perfect timing.
I was turning color.
So we had one exo in here. The other one now.
I needed to control that.
So, Mom, what were some of the best moments you had during the event?
That moment. Shooting Tubbs in the butt crack. Or the underbutt, sorry, not the butt crack. I got him in the underbutt. Actually, any zombie interaction I had was amazing. Like, we had a absolute blast with the infected, sorry.
I had lots of fun.
Mr. Mom had lots of fun with the infected as well.
Oh, yeah. He got teabagged. It was great.
Stabbed in the boob.
He got teabagged and he had the most dramatic death. So,
Dude,
No, just all around. The AO was great. The wet wood sucked.
Hard fact.
My ribs are still healing from that.
Roxy.
But aside from that, no, like everything about it, like I had a great time.
I'm glad everybody had a good time. Like when you go to a location, you're like, man, this would probably be a really good spot for. Go ahead. Did you read to say something?
Skirmish is top tier. Like, couple of kinks that just need to be discussed. Reiterate that players need to cleanse after being touched by a zombie. But other than that, everything else was amazing with the skirmish bans.
I'm gonna say this for both sides. Y'all some dirty, dirty players.
Oh yeah. Well, the funny thing is like when I'm saying that you have a clean room at each AA, and everybody's like, okay, yeah, we got a clean room, and I'm looking around, watching all the people nodding their heads, watching that, and then they come back. Like when I was at green and at tan, I'm just sitting there twiddling my thumbs, watching.
We're airsofters. We're not the brightest crayons in the box.
Papa did it real quick, and he started getting people scanning. Like I'd probably say after like the first 5 minutes of me sitting there, all of a sudden he goes, "Did you get infected? Wait, scan!" And people are going through and scanning back in. But I knew there was going to be quite a few people, and some of you. So in the skirmish system, the way we set that up is it's set up as a mission, right? So if you get infected by infected, you have to. It starts the mission and it ends when you scan one of the CPs. You theoretically could have done it at the green CP for your tan, but scanning it worked well. So now you're on a mission, right? So what we saw was that there was a lot of completed missions by certain individuals that just kept running into the infected. But then you had some guys that were infected all day long.
So I will say this for the skirmish system, being able to see on the side, because you got each player breakdown. So you're able to see mission, live versus mission complete or not. There was a lot of green players that came back, and I would scan them, but it would show up mission failure.
Yeah, well, we're gonna work on that a little bit better. For the things.
For a maiden voyage, it went great. The fact that you can watch real time as objectives are being transferred over from either teams or the infected taking over was great because you knew where to send squads, who needed reinforcements, or what you had to do. And
that was, I think, moving forward, putting together the pieces of the puzzle that you guys need to be able to turn the TV on, to turn the monitors up, the laptops and all that is what I think we're definitely going to do in the future with like radio towers and all that, to give you guys better fog of war.
Mm-hmm.
So I really want Wiener to be back here so he can see this video because he's like, oh, you're hyping it up for nothing. Typical Wiener stuff, just insult the hell out of you and all that. But I really want to show this video. And I think pretty soon it looks like we're going to lose Papa probably in the next 10 or 15 minutes if I'm judging by the look on his face.
Yeah, like that.
He's currently sleeping with his eyes open.
No,
there's
we shall receive.
You speak Wiener and he appears.
Hey,
I know. We asked him to come back on. Sorry, I had two situations going on, so corrected they are, but I'm back.
All right, so I want to thank Mom for this video. She was the one walking around taking the video, and I'm so pissed off at myself. And I know Greg and we're probably going to say it. I'm such a bad content creator, but the batteries died in the GoPro.
What's new? We're used to that.
I'm not used to my batteries dying so fast. That pissed me off. It really did because I missed this aspect, which was the last 20 seconds of the game. This is after Green and Tan started working together to try to fight off the infected. There's only about I'm going to take the chat overlay off for a second so you guys can see this in its full glory. There's literally 12 seconds left, or 20 seconds left, and there's only about 12 infected, or 12 live players remaining.
Oh, not anymore. Oh my God.
Yep.
That was like such an awesome moment.
Very good throw. Very good throw.
On the run, I was like, they're not making it. They're not getting away. No!
This is why.
That was one of the most beautiful grenade throws ever because it went right in between all of their legs.
It did.
Mhm.
Perfect. Absolutely perfect.
On the run, like I cooked the grenade. I actually just finished getting it from the thing. I was like, this is my last shot. And I was so proud of myself. I was like the dog with the bone saying, yay, let me eat them, let me eat it, let me get it. I caught them all. No, my GoPro does not constantly overheat.
Not all of them, because Kemosabe went up into the woods. He didn't stay with the horde of survivors. He took off up into the woods.
There was
lone survivor.
So many awesome parts to that, to like the last 30 minutes. Later, Buck. It was just a fun time. It was I just had a blast with it. I'll go around the round table here again. Papa, I think, already shared his fun times with the last 30 seconds, last 30 minutes of him getting eaten. Wiener.
Yes.
What happened to you?
What do you mean what happened to me? I got eaten by the patient zero at the CP. I just didn't know we could be attacked at the CP. I just kind of stood there. And
you went
up
to see
and
him, but you didn't come to see me. I couldn't even run away from you.
Well, here's the thing, Whiskey. I was coming back after I ate Wiener. I was coming to eat you.
After he ate me. That just sounds so wrong.
After you ate Wiener. Nice.
After you had Wiener, you went for some whiskey?
I went for some whiskey because I had to get the taste out of my mouth.
Gotta wash it down.
Yeah.
I go walking over there, and you already have a dead rag on. I was like, oh. I already ate Mom, so she was done. So I was like, I got.
You say I had a dead rag on?
Yeah.
First of all, technically Mom was dead because Mom shot herself in the foot.
No. This is funny because, Joker, I never actually brought it on the field. So you saw someone else.
I'm pretty sure it was you, and you were there dead. So I was like, oh, he's dead already. Okay.
He didn't have a dead rag.
Me.
Whiskey had no dead rag.
I forgot to bring it out.
Fail as a commander.
Well, he didn't need one if he was staying in the CP the whole time.
So
Joker ate
that.
So Whiskey, how was your last 30 minutes?
He stood by watching all of us die.
Oh, I had a front row seat to watch them all trying to back up the hill. You were on the other side, but to see you, like you mentioned earlier about the players that got turned and just bought right into it.
Mm-hmm.
Watching them try to charge up the hill to get the ones that were still alive was definitely a sight to see. I wish I had a camera for that one.
Are you talking about the stop and go? Take a step,
Yep.
stop. Take a step, get shot.
Yep.
Take a step, get shot. Oh, grenade, we're all dead.
and then here comes Patient Zero. I'll lead the charge. That the infected got smart about halfway through the day. We're like, oh, we'll send the tanks in first. We'll follow behind them. When Patient Zero came in, even the tank goes right after you, sir.
Wasn't he already hurt by then, though? Tank was Tony, right?
Well, it was Tony and Buck were the two. Tony and Buck were the two tanks.
Yeah, I figured as much.
Yeah. So, yeah, Tony was a trooper, man. That dude.
Yeah.
Without
He
a
was
doubt.
still going the last minute when he came up the hill, across the road up top of the hill, and had 3 of the other zombies hiding behind him. They stacked up all behind him and just right down the road.
I want to know who the tan people were that came running past the truck because they were being chased by a runner in an runner in a tank. They come running by. First guy goes, "Hi, Joker." Second one goes, "F you." The other one goes, "F you." And he goes, "You son of a bitch!" As he's running by.
That's me, Kilo.
I don't think you were with them, man. It was definitely 10. It was like 4 of them that came being chased. His came running by one after the other, and I'm just looking at the truck, and I'm dying. It was hilarious when it was just like. I'm glad you all are enjoying my game. Have good. What's up, Mr. Walker? I know who that is, even though it says Facebook user. Oh, let me put the chat overlay back up. Might scratch.
Good zombie events where you get to hear a bunch of grown men scream like little sissies is hilarious.
God, it was so much fun.
When they go into a house and there's the random infected hiding in corners, and you just hear as they're just tripping over their own 2 feet is epic.
My favorite one is still seeing when I saw Papa running behind the building. He looked like Super Mario Brothers flying across the field. Then here comes Mark. Here comes Mark flying through the air and boom, 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 boom.
Man, I wished I would have been the one to get him. Is all I'm saying. I wished it was me, and I am so pissed off that Ortiz stole my kill. He stole my kill. He got to eat it. So we to address the issue with the rain on Sunday, why we had to call it. It was just it was too wet, too treacherous. The landowner, much like what happened at the first lockdown at the prison at Crescent, will tell you that until they learn that we could be okay, he was mostly the one that shut it down. I know none of the staff was really thrilled about going to get soaking wet and playing and having to go catch flights and all that. But I will say that I'm sorry we had to, sorry that it got rained out, but I think we still had a good time hanging around doing stuff. So
It was fun. I had a blast. It was awesome.
So
Thanks to my CO. Thanks to the players.
Yeah, let's give some big shout outs to the COs here. Whiskey, I mean, I didn't see you much on the field, but obviously your plan worked, and Green just had those points for a while. It was a really good thing. And then
I was the plan. You're welcome.
Thanks, Mom.
What's this, Papa?
You're welcome.
Where I got my training. There you go.
That is like so accurate too. When you ran, I was like, "Come here."
For those of you that are unaware, that is a picture of me.
Really?
Yeah, that was literally a picture of me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen that picture before. He was searching for it. Greg's leadership and everything else, especially when he's doing when Papa's being Papa, right? Just Papa being Papa, and he's like, "No, break! What are you doing?" I can't. What are you doing, man? I will say for the next event that we have like this, the infected will definitely be on different channels. Both of the COs have already learned that they've already synthesized a pheromone that can be used for some of the infected. That is temporary in nature. So
Dope ass.
temporary in nature. They have a good time with it. If I have any of my infected that are watching that want to jump in on a stream, I know Papa's going to want to take out of here soon and do his thing. Having Papa on, I want to thanks for having him on, coming on, doing this stuff. Thanks for being the CEO, man. You absolutely rocked it out. Whiskey, you just like Beowulf, you stepped up into position with like a week's worth of notice and been like, all right, we got this.
2 days. 2 days this time. Beowulf's going to have to top that next time.
No, he ain't. No, none of y'all allowed to get sick. I told Beowulf like 2 weeks before the event, he's going to have to start downing a whole bunch of freaking
do you not know Whiskey's immune system? It is worse than a newborn preemie.
Lord. Hey, I gotta say, Sebastian said he was a moderate RTO. Sebastian actually made it. He basically prioritized information coming in. He was an invaluable piece that we didn't even know we needed.
Yep.
He really, truly was. He stepped back and took notes as Wiener and I were passing information along, so that I was basically receiving information and just shoving it over to Wiener, and then I would turn around and Sebastian had it on his iPad that this is everything I just said. And he marked it all on the map so that I could keep track of it. He absolutely was. His role is something that I will be asking for any other time I take a command position.
It was really funny eating him as well.
I bet it was.
He just comes up. I get the first guy. I go to charge him, and he's just like, this, just do it, just do it. And I just come up, and he goes, I love you, and I just go, run. It was a good time. Sebastian was awesome running. I saw him run away with the box and all that. He brought the whole bakery. Can't be mad. The other thing I saw that I thought was just hilarious was when Emma was walking around pulling the baby doll behind her. It just looked so utterly wrong. It wasn't even funny. It looked like she was literally pregnant before the infection and then is now just dragging around his
By the umbilical cord.
No.
You missed the look of pure disappointment. She walked by green CP with it, and everyone just watched her, and then 2 or 3 of them shot the shit out of the baby, and she just went, oh, like very sad, depressed, head down, and just slowly walked away as the baby just flopped.
So if you were one of my infected, you want to jump on the thing, go ahead and drop me a message and all that. Wait, hold on. Wait. All right. So Brader just sent me a link, and it says Brave Hero. Bravo Hero falls in the line of duty. Naughty words.
Trying to play a video.
I was gonna say, are you gonna watch it before you put it on here?
What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get it to stop posting so I could actually, put it on full screen and get it all ready for you guys. Here we go.
No, I mean, are you gonna make sure it's safe?
No.
No. Okay.
Play it.
Yeah, they're all at the fob. I gotta switch over there. I will when I go back though. Yeah. No worries. Alright, you'll run out, so I'll shoot them.
Run, Forrest, run!
Damn.
Run, Forrest, run.
That brave fucking bastard. How is he running up with a sniper rifle?
He's just like, watching y'all do some of the stuff that y'all did there. Part of me was sad. I was like not really playing in this one. It was more along the lines of just being like, I got to watch my baby in action, and that's what really mattered. Watching everything go forward, and Christian's not here, or I'd love to have him on to do stuff, but I think that he was going to be busy tonight. That's why I couldn't have him on this. So a huge shout out to Christian, making sure everything ran right. And the biggest shout out of all goes to all of the players.
Yes.
You all, for this one, it was, with the exception of just a couple things, baby, this brain damage joke.
It's called Dane Bramage.
This was one of the best behaved events that we had, save for Geigerlands. I mean, Geigerlands doesn't count because it's not like a massive force on fours with like a way to win, but it really was a fantastic time by all the players, and I want to thank you all for making this event rock.
Well, that goes back to your staff too, your admin staff as well, because they did a phenomenal job being out there in the right place at the right time. So it kept a lot of those problems down, and like I said, I enjoyed the hell out of it. Can't wait till the next one.
All right, Papa, we're hitting 2 hours. I know what you want to do, so I'm just going to go ahead and do it for you. All right, everybody. Let's give it up for the man, the myth, the legend of the shortest statue of biggest heart, Greg Paparisi from Dead End.
Thank you very much, guys. I had a great time. The event honestly was truly the best event I've been at. I think I did the best I've ever done at any event, and I never got to pull the trigger. It was fantastic. Makes me want to start seeking out more CO roles. And as it stands, I will be in 3 weeks. I'll be CO at Thunderdome 3 in North Carolina, and then I am slated for what's the date? April
26th.
April 26th.
April 26th. I'm slated to be the CEO for TAN at Syndicate 4. So those of you that were on TAN before, I know you're going to be there. Those of you that were on green before, time to go TAN.
See, Papa said he needs Mom with him.
There it is.
I thought you were going
I
back
mean-
to green again.
I mean, in Green's defense, they won't have the Wish.com Beowulf to have the actual Beowulf, so
The Timu Beowulf.
You're not the
AKA Go
Wish.com
Green.
version because those are always smaller. Somehow you get supersized.
You never
yeah,
get the right
factory within
size on
States.
Wish.
He's the Timu.
I will say, Papa, I was about to finish off the goodbye introduction of all that and say the home of the best damn patch barrel on the market today, the D-Hop barrel, and then you just start talking over me. So again, ladies and gentlemen,
Sorry.
boys and girls, children of all ages, the man, the myth, the legend of the shortest stature but biggest heart, Greg Paparisi from Dead End Outfitters, home of the D-Hop barrel, the best damn patch barrel on the market today. Get yours now.
Thank you very much.
Bye-bye,
Guys, I'll
Papa.
see you. Wiener, I'll
Bye, brother.
talk to you.
We'll talk to you
Joke, I'll
soon.
talk to
Yeah,
you
very
guys.
soon.
Thank you very much for everything. Everybody in
Papa,
the chat.
shoot me a message.
Absolutely will do. I'll talk to you soon, love. Bye, guys.
Now,
Bye, brother.
since we brought the little man, got rid of the little man, we're now going to bring in the big man, the boomer himself. Holy shit, that's a big face. The boomer
Damn, scared me.
himself, part of Team Tuck, the infected Team Tuck, Tubbs from.
How's it going, guys?
Good.
Oh,
How
man.
you doing, sir?
No, I'm doing, guys. I'm doing. Just
Wait,
recouping with the
that
leg.
is the right pronoun for you, right, sir? We're good?
Keep it up.
Okay.
I'll get another little chicken after you.
Hey, the little cock came home with me.
Well, I got another one in the van still, so.
You know, Latifah's been asking me where the hell his chickens are. I'm just going to send them to your all's houses. I have them. I have the addresses.
What's up, kid man?
Not much. Let's see it. Let's see the new footwear you got.
Oh, that's going to be an issue. I'm kind of stuck in my chair.
Oh, you don't have it on?
You got a boot
No,
on?
no. I have it off right now, letting my foot breathe. I have my foot elevated up, so I'm kind of like kicked back in a chair right now.
Oh, there's. Oh, yeah,
yes, that's Tubbs.
Tin Man, I need your ass on here too. Come on, let's see.
Yeah, seriously. Hi, Tubbs. Hey, Mr. Mom. How are you, Tubbs? I'm doing, buddy.
He's not supposed to. Look, Mr. Bob's not supposed to be on the stream. I invited you, Mom, not him.
I'm not in the stream. I'm sitting in my chair.
Dude,
I brought a spirit home with me from Yellow Dog, just so you know. He goes by Mr. Mom.
One of those school chairs, those cafeteria chairs.
those made it all across the field.
Yeah, they did, including Seb dragging two behind him.
Rocking the Brace Force ones. So, Tubbs, tell us, what was one of your best experiences that you had out there?
I would have to say in like the first 5 minutes was one of the coolest beginnings of a game that I've ever played. Me and Buck were in, I think we were in Charlie, and we're waiting there. We couldn't go to a basement. We didn't trust the upstairs floor too much because of me and him with our weight combined. So we were like, okay, we're going to kind of stay middle. I was up in the stairwell a lot. And we had about 15 TAM players come in, and they just started lighting us up. I dropped a grenade. They all wigged out. They're terrified. And then Buck's going around, scan my butt the whole time because we had his pouch on the back. So everyone looks like they're touching his butt on his GoPro. But yeah,
Talk
we
about
had
being
them
infected.
guessing.
Oh, my God.
Oh, yeah, they were guessing. They're like, why aren't you taking hits? Why aren't you taking hits? And we just keep pointing at our wristbands because we're dead, too, at this point. And they were just all confused. And then finally someone went, oh, he blows up. He's a boomer. And this one little young player off to the side goes, yeah, because he's old. We ate him.
That is awesome because he's old.
It was beautiful. But one of my, I would have to say, like, the best firefight I was in and constantly going back to and attacking was with Green. Mom was outside. Mr. Mom was out there, and he held me down with those, with that tri-shot. But that was just awesome. That went on, it felt like for like an hour of just me and him back and forth the whole time.
It's very entertaining to watch. And then
Oh,
the random, they shoot Tubbs, he counts, he gets right to the end, and then drops a grenade. Or he gets shot, drops a grenade. And you watch them run towards him to try to get intel, and then like, oh shit, try to pump the brakes and start running backwards, but still moving forwards.
Especially when you're doing it downhill and you really can't stop.
Yep.
Like how
And you're just like, no.
Like how you tried to run out of bounds to get away from me.
I didn't run out of bounds. I was still onto the left of that greenhouse. I ran right to the wall, and that's what made me fall, the invisible wall. That's why I
You were at
fell.
the porch.
I wasn't at the porch. Check your GoPro.
You're so damn lucky. So damn lucky. Probably I am too, because I'll probably get canceled for the video. But you're so damn lucky that my GoPro battery died.
Uh-huh.
It was such a great time. Weirder, did you get only eaten by me, or did you get eaten by any of the other
No.
infected?
It was wild because the 45 minutes I was actually out on the field playing, I never saw. Well, I saw the infected walk by. I was in Building 6, backside of Building 6, shooting across towards the green territory, and all I kept thinking was, "Where's my D-hop? Where's my D-hop? Where's my D-hop?" Because I mean, there was a target-rich environment over there, and I actually helped those guys get across into. Was it C? I think it was C. Yep, they got it when we finally got inside the building, but I don't think they ever found the control point. But I couldn't tell because I wasn't at base.
It sounds like we're all looking at that GoPro died. It would have been a great video. I mean, the Giggle Fest, because she's also just like, ow, oh, it's in my mouth.
Papa's very happy that he left the chat.
Yeah, it was very target-rich environment.
It was. The numbers, I feel like the numbers were the perfect amount of people we needed.
So what's going to happen in the future? Oh, wait, hold on. I just heard a blip. Did Tim? He did. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, the victims of all ages. Here he is, the man who realized the number one cause of injuries to old men is thinking they're young men. Tin Man himself.
That's so funny.
Oh, with the sling. Oh, man.
There he is.
I'm turning off the chat overview so we can see each other a little bit better right now, because I really want to see. Thumbs back your camera. Yeah, there we go. He knew that's what I was doing.
That's just a scab, or you got a stitch in that?
Nah, it's just a scab. It popped out pretty well.
We have the video of that. We were just going to show it on this stream, but I am going to be putting it up there of why do you wear full face protection as an infected?
I thought it looked cool, man.
Oh, it did. Until you got that one shot in your free.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. But
so how
I
you
just loved
feeling?
it. Buck thought that it was my skull. And I'm like, no, dude, it's rolling around.
I want it.
You should see the other guy, man. So I talked to Twisted. He doesn't have the full video, so if I'm gonna put it out there. If anybody has that full video of you just going down, I would love to see it.
Yes, so would I. In my mind, it was amazing.
We got to do it this way. We got to put you on the big side, sir, and just have you go ahead from your perspective. Why are you wearing a sling?
Oh, so full bicep tear from my down by my elbow. I go in tomorrow for surgery. Gonna piece it back together or whatever. But so I just want to say Team Ruby. I guess is that Emma's last name?
Yeah.
Yeah, Team Ruby. I love you guys. So if they watch this later, Mark and Skittles were just amazing. They came up with the game plan, how they wanted to play it, to use the spitters to draw people in. And then once they were dumb enough to try to come up after they shot one of them, I would just take out all 4, 5, 6 guys.
Down the stairs, around
Yeah,
the corner,
well,
out the
all right,
banister.
so, dude, this kid, you described it really well earlier. So I'm not at the opening side, but at the far side. Yeah, my ass still hurts, Mom. By the way. So the kid just flattened out. Like, you know, I mean, you think something's going to be there to stop you, and then he was just gone. He went totally flat down. So just the momentum of my big ass did a hand plant off him. Somehow I'm facing the wrong way up the stairs, and then I flipped around. Don't know how. There's 4 guys on the stairs and 1 guy down at the bottom who I'm pretty sure I landed on most of them. I pop up and Twister's in the doorway, so I just reached out, figuring I'm not dead. They all are. Told him he was dead and said, go check in with Skittles. And that's pretty much how I rolled. We'll have to watch the video.
Down the stairs, bouncing the entire way.
Dude, it was...
You watch the video and he ends up scorpioning and just...
Dude, I think I did. That's what I'm saying.
It'd be like that replay video of Chubbs get his knee taken out. It's like I want to watch it, but I don't want to watch it. You know, talk about on the NFL player that is out for the season.
Yeah. I'm just
because if I get my hands on it and I can see the injury happen, you know how mean I'm gonna be, right?
Yeah, for sure.
I'm gonna zoom in, slow-mo, and be right at that point. At this moment, he realized he fucked up.
No, dude, think about it. You have 250 pounds up in the air trying to land on this hand. You know what I mean? And all the rest of me, dude, that's when it had to happen. Like, I don't think anything else did it. I mean, I tried to look through one of the holes in my little zombie shirt, and I was just like, you want to know what? We'll save that for later. You don't need to know right now.
Dude, there is so much mad props that need to be given to you and the Tubbs. You guys got yourselves messed up, and you're like, I ain't letting Mark down. I'm going to keep going. Fuck the pain. I want to eat more people. I was like,
yeah, until they kicked me off the field.
Wow.
Well, just one thing is, if you can't walk, that's one thing. He can still eat people with only one arm.
It's true.
I was a 30-leg dragger.
Unless you can be a tank.
Don't be a tank unless you can be a tank.
Exactly.
Dude, I know exactly how you feel with that, though, because you have to have a high, well, not the torn bicep. I haven't had one of those before. But in order to be a tank in this game mode, hold on, I need to reposition myself here because you all can't see me talking.
And that's a problem.
Yeah, well, you have a disembodied voice that is happening, and I'm still
we just keep looking at Whiskey's portrait. There you go.
There you go.
I was gonna say Whiskey looks creepy because he's just blank staring. It's just a picture, so it's just...
That's all right. I already got judged.
Yeah, it's not our fault that your internet's like 2 cans and a piece of string, but you played the rest of the game. You're absolutely fantastic with doing it. The amount of stuff that you guys accomplished was phenomenal. You, sir, are like the MVP of the infected. From the start. I mean, and Tubbs is a close second. I mean, I really can't. I really hate putting ranks on it, but when it comes down to it, like the guys from Airsofties were freaking hilarious. Tactical Grandpa, when he came out and he just goes, "Pooh," and he goes, "You're dead." What the hell? But the point of being a tank, you get tore up. I know you guys all wore cups, or at least something down there. I didn't. My cup was literally my arms crisscrossed in front of me as I'm walking around because I know, like, I literally saw one guy go, "Ha ha," and like that, and I was like, and it goes, and I was like Wonder Woman protecting my crotch from the babies bouncing off. And it's like, and I was like, going through. It was absolutely fantastic. I cannot wait to run this game mode again.
Definitely.
I think a lot of people had a blast with it. You, sir, if you're going to go there, I swear to God, we have to like really armor you up and make sure that that you have a safety harness that's attached to your backside.
Your freaking roofing harness and attach it to the top. So if he falls down the stairs, he's got a slow fall.
Yeah, no. Just keep him in the woods. Keep him away from stairs. No stairs.
Oh yeah, that'll be even better. Putting him in the woods. Oh God, he's gonna come out of the woods with like a freaking branch all the way through his arm, through his shoulder, and he's gonna be like, I can keep going.
No, don't say the words.
Who's calling me from Paris, Texas? Hello.
We get to listen to Mark's telephone
I
call.
know that me
Put it
and
on
Buck,
speaker.
we had no armor. Me and Buck,
Yeah,
we
you
had no
guys are
armor.
crazy for having no armor.
Yep, no cup, no padding, just going.
Just damn
You
chickens.
guys are
Dude,
nuts.
No, we
I have
didn't even
no
get the
idea.
chickens with us, Wiener.
You masochists.
Mm.
Just a little.
There,
Just a little.
it's if I was just being a boom. Oh no, I probably still wear armor for a boomer. But if I was just a spitter or a runner, I probably wouldn't be armored up too much.
Wouldn't
But
surprise me if
definitely
you were
as a
spitter.
tank or a boomer, I would be freaking just
Dude, I can't
loaded.
imagine not wearing armor because on that last push when we were going up the hill, that was the first time that I got lit up because of the distance, and since so many people were shooting, like I have, except for my face, obviously, the only thing I got was my legs because I didn't have anything on those. Dude, you talk about measles, they look ridiculous. Yeah, I could have done it because I swear to God, it was just BBs hitting the floor. Guys just going full auto because I wouldn't stop, So, whatever. It was awesome though. I really enjoyed it. You guys made it amazing. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was no, dude. You guys made it great as always. Well, I guess everybody can see here. There's Tony, the newest red shirt that's going to be walking around for Scorched Earth because his
Yeah.
boys are going to be out there. And there's a really funny video of Dom trying to take me out with a grenade that Seb gave him that was full of glitter, and he throws it, and I just watch it come land. I look up, look down, look up, look down, and he's like, "No!" And then Seb's yelling at him, "John, you asshole! It didn't work." They're going back and forth, so I just chucked it back up to him. It didn't make it up there, but it was just really hilarious that your boys were putting in work.
Yeah.
They were putting in work. Some of Team Reliable is, I think, what a few people were actually telling or were saying, because they, when you go out there and you do these events like this and you go through and do the awesome things that you're doing at a Milsim event or whatnot, ultimately, if you put the work in, people are going to recognize and do it for you, and you really will be surprised at just how much cool stuff comes out of it. And I always saw them putting in work. They didn't stop. They didn't give up. So, and they follow their dad, because look at you walking around with, like, your arm probably should have already been in a sling, ice pack. You probably should have been sitting in an MRI machine going, "How bad is it, doc?" And you're like, "I'm going to eat a few more people before I go to the hospital."
I had a goal.
Yeah. So it was a good time. Next, it was with me in the building holding next to Green Spawn for a long while by ourselves. Great little dude. They really were. They were doing, like, it was really funny too. I think there was one point where Patient Zero got activated. Geo comes running up, sees me, he goes, "Nope, nope, nope." He runs away. Hi, Loki.
Dude did that to me and Buck and Charlie. He saw us up in the windows, and he literally straight around and left. He was like, "I'm done. I'm not doing that," because we were looking for him.
That was probably one of the coolest things. So, like, there was a lot of cool stuff, and I don't know if Mom was there, that she might have saw it. I was sitting down at the stairs at one of the house. I needed to just rest for a second. And when I turned around, I don't know if they were tan or green or whatever, but I turned around and started walking towards the door. By the time I got up to the deck, they were jumping off the back porch. Just like, hell no. I'm like,
No, because you sat there for a minute and two of them were posted up in the doorway with shotguns staring at the back of your head. Like, stand up. Just stand up. And then as soon as you did and you stood up and turned around so quick, they didn't have a chance to shoot you in the back. They were like, "Nope, fuck this," and straight through the house and scattered.
Watching people, there's
You
one of
and
the things
Todd.
I'm probably going to have to add to the safety brief about jumping off of the porches.
Yeah.
Well, it's either that or go through the floor of the steps as you get off the porch.
Through the railing.
That
Yeah, or
happened
go
to
through
one
the
set of
railing. Zombie.
I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't go through the railing. I just took the banister off and put it back. Yeah, but like when guys were running for me, one kid just did this leaping jump from one of the buildings, and it was one of the ones that was up on the hill. So he just goes wee, and I think even he realizes he caught just a little bit too much air because he wasn't
was in that
landing
moment, he knew.
immediately. Oh. No, he definitely earned a golden hood red shit patch. As soon as I was going through, I was like, "Fuck! I have no gold spray paint. Let me get some." And nobody sells gold spray paint here. It was sold out at Home Depot, sold out at the hardware store around the corner. So what are you doing? You're drinking like a gallon of milk from the gallon?
Iced tea.
Oh, get a glass, you savage!
Jesus.
His brown milk.
It was.
You guys
absolutely
know me better than that. Come on.
Wait, did you find that jug in one of the buildings?
No, maybe.
It used to be milk, I swear.
It smelled good.
Come on.
Sheep, maybe.
It was a great time. I cannot. I'm still on a high from it. You know, considering the fact that like the little bumps that we had going through, it actually really does change and go through. And I could just say, I wish I could say, oh, it's all planned. Nah, there's some stuff we modified on the fly, but yeah. You all right, Wiener?
Yeah, just messages coming in.
Ah.
Work.
Oh. Tim, man, we only see your eyes now.
Oh, sorry.
The pain meds were kicking in.
Yeah, no, I wish they gave them to me already.
It was really funny talking to Tim Man's wife too. I was like, "Look, can I please play with your husband? I promise not to break him anymore."
Sure.
Dude, she had just said to me right before you said that, she's like, "I don't think I want to let you guys go play anymore." She's totally joking. But it was just funny that she had just said the same thing, and I'm like, "Oh God, here we go."
Well, you know, the funny thing is that when I was playing at Miami and Tinker took me out with the bus door. Shut up. He took me out with the bus door, and I went flying just before an event. This was like year one of playing, and I thought I broke my arm. And I came home, and I'm like, and she's like, and then Tinker came, and I was like, and I hurt myself also. If you ever been to Command Decisions up in North Carolina for like a Fulton Gap or whatever, that site kicks your ass. I don't care how fit you are. It's no matter which way you walk, you're dealing with elevation. You're either going up or you're going down. There is no flat area, even in the parking lot. So when I came home from that event, I hurt myself running into that wall the day before I was supposed to leave. And when I came back, I'm like, I couldn't walk straight. I couldn't move straight. I couldn't lift my arm to certain things. She goes, and Tinker was there. And she goes, what happened? He goes, I brought him back in one piece ish. I don't think I'm gonna let you guys play together anymore. We're like, oh.
So sad.
But if I've said it before, I'll say it again. This is the reason why we Airsoft. The community and the stuff, the people we have here that goes around and does things.
That's why I'm still hanging out at my age.
But I'll tell you what. There's definitely going to be a mandatory like admin dinner, and man, am I making a few of you all sit next to each other just to get rid of the bullshit.
Wait, how many pictures do you see in your phone?
Oh, there are a few. Oh,
take a selfie, pass it on. Take a selfie, pass it on.
So as soon as I look over and I heard take a selfie, pass it on, I look over. Ange has the absolute worst poker face whatsoever. I look over and I was like, it's my phone. So the number that called me texted me and they say, "Are you from TikTok?" I say yes. I'm a big fan of you. Like it when you do airsoft. It's a kid. And they use my Cash App number to call me. That's adorable.
Aren't you not supposed to be anywhere near middle schools?
No, that's you, sir.
Oh,
Mr.
that's right, softball.
I was gonna say no, that's somebody else, but we shall not speak of that name.
So Tactical Grandpa, good picture. Smurf, good picture. Fuck. God damn it, I forgot his name. The two other airsofties, good picture, good picture. Your guy that had the younger guy on your team, Amanda.
Oh, Todd.
Todd, yeah, there you go. All right, funny faces. Your funny face. Caveman's tongues out. There's Nick. There's yep. Everybody's going through. They nice pictures of Tin Man, nice pictures of Dom, and then I start
Nipples.
the nipples.
You started the nipples.
What the? Oh, sweet Jesus.
But it's my phone, so that's okay. It's not the first time I had my nipples on my phone. Don't ask why.
Why?
Shut up, Smurf. Look, she doesn't need to know that. She doesn't. The only thing she knows is when I come home, I'm walking fine. Okay.
Most of the time.
Well, yeah, most of the time. Yep.
Yeah.
Because usually he's sprained an ankle again.
Hey, I didn't sprain it this time. This time I could run. I could still run. But
I noticed that. But I bet
definitely
your whole
making
body's
sure.
sore when you roll down that hill.
No, actually, the only thing that hurt was the ankle for about a second. I got back up. Did you hear my blind man call, by the way?
Oh, when you fell?
Yeah.
No, because I was on the radio yelling.
I went like this, but I fell.
The patient zero is down.
My helmet came all the way off, and it took my eye pro with it, and my mesh mask. So I took the mesh mask, put up to the eyes, grabbed my thing, put it on. I'm like, blind man is exactly how I said it. Put it on because I didn't want to yell, blind man, stop everything. For nobody's near me. I'm on the ground. I'll put my shit on. Nobody gets. Got up, dusted myself off, saw Pop. I was like, I'm going for that little bastard. Look, nobody
I
can
was
say
concerned because it took a while for you to show yourself again after you went down. I'm going, uh-oh, he's hurt.
Yeah, because you didn't. I just stuck my middle. Stuck
Yeah,
my
then I
thumb
saw
up.
that. They go, oh, he's good.
His fat ass just fell. Then he got the bird. It was yeah. No, I wasn't hurt that time. It was literally me just rearranging my face so I could get up there and go chase down Papa because some of y'all were mean with them shots, man. My inner thigh is bruised to hell. But of course, my affected knows that too.
Yeah.
So,
thanks, Mom.
I only gave a couple of you a new asshole, okay?
Hey, I got a $50 size bruise on my under cheek.
Okay.
And you should have seen me showing that one off. I walked in and I go, hey, look at what I got.
Hell, my ass.
Listen, I realized really quick that shooting you guys in the front wasn't working. So as soon as I could, I was aiming for the ass.
That's like part of the problems. I mean, there's going to be some stuff to distinguish stuff in the future, I guess. I don't know. I like some of the suggestions was going through that, it's just players that's being grumpy about, not being able to distinguish. I mean, the between the boomers and the runners and all that other stuff.
No, it was easy once you realized, okay, Buck had flannel on. Everyone knows who Tubbs is. Tin Man had flannel on. So it became those ones with the flannel and the blood are special zombies. They're tanks. They're armored, whatever it may be.
Yeah.
So a minor thing like that, maybe. But other than that, no, it went great on determining who was what because everyone knows who Skittles is. Skittles was a spitter.
Wow. Again, Fraser.
We don't do that here.
Spitter.
What, spit or phrasing, Mom?
I want to take a quick moment
Either.
here. It's right. This happened last night. We want to put our hearts out to definitely a friend of the channel, good buddy of ours, teammate, Yordi. His father passed away yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, dang.
Yeah.
Sorry, Yordi.
Yordi's a great guy. Yeah. So it's unfortunate, but yeah, his father raised some great boys there. So our heart goes out to you, brother. All right. Oh, man. There's so many good times. All right. So with that being said, how many of y'all are going to be going to Syndicate? Is it going to be going to Scorched Earth? That's what I want to know.
Well, I'm in for Scorch. You know that.
Everybody here.
Syndicate, 100%.
Right,
Scorched, 75.
You were like 25 for this one.
You were. That's what
Drop
you
the
said.
mic, walk away.
Tyler's all like, I want to go back. Mom's like, maybe. Of course,
Pretty
getting
much.
anything out of mom is like next to freaking impossible because she's such a pain in the ass when you're trying to get stuff from her. Like a goddamn motherfucking video.
You got it, didn't you?
Yeah. I could have used it hours ago when I had my other computer set up. I got a new computer today, guys. You want to see how
Okay.
sexy it looks?
Okay, first of all, I've worked 50 hours already this week since being home. So, yeah.
Well, all
I wanna
right. So
hear
let's talk about the hotel. The hotel is going to be changing. I'm going to talk to a couple other
I
hotels
like
there.
that hotel. That was a nice hotel.
It was a hotel. They
Wait,
got.
what?
They have jacuzzi rooms.
They are having 30 frackers, 30 rooms being taken up by frackers that weekend. So
Yeah, buddy, that's
we're swapping up.
my family.
As the goobers over here, like, yeah, that's my guys. Can you? Do you mind?
Smurf's already in the hotel.
We all did. We have to redo a reservation. Hello.
You can cancel within 48 hours.
Yeah, he knows that it's probably all going. They're all going to be canceled. You know, it is what it is.
Let's find a hotel with a hot tub.
Or a pool.
Or a pool.
Hot
Or
tub
both.
and tubs.
A pool with a hot tub down in the main room, that would be fun.
I'll fill
You all are going to go to HR. That's what you all are going to do. You all are going to
That's fine.
get HR.
That's
Why are we
fine.
going to HR?
Hey,
Um,
I'll fill the bathtub full of hot water for tubs.
Thank you.
all
Can you
right,
stop?
guys. So, with this all winding down, let me go ahead and start sharing some links out here for the event and all that. So, obviously, we have what the hell? Oh, that's because you know, it was really funny, like doing the event. I've been using Eventbrite for a couple of years now. Did I don't know how many events? What we're at, like 10 events. Before I figured out I can make a goddamn custom link in Eventbrite to where it's so easy.
But you did that
So-
and they accidentally reposted it.
No. I mean, like now instead of having that long ass weird thing that most people can't ever like spell or remember, the links to the actual games are scorched2.eventbrite.com.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I was like, and Lauren's like, why haven't you been using that? I was like, I didn't know about it. Why haven't you told me? I don't know. Why haven't you been using it? And that went back and forth for a good solid hour. So, and of course, here is Syndicate 4. I will hopefully have a hotel room block up for Scorched Earth here real soon. But with anything else, does anybody else have any final parting things before we shut this down for the evening? And don't any of you guys leave because I'll start sharing after hours.
Oh, cool. All I gotta say is, all my people on Tan for Scorched Earth 2. Remember, it's going to be Rise of Tan again, and there will be chocolate chip bacon cookies again.
We will also be doing the charity pieing then.
Yeah.
By hell or cold weather, it's going to happen because we actually.
Oh,
have
good.
lights.
And I'm not staff for that one. Yes. Or not command
You
staff,
want
at
to
least.
bet? You want to
Wait. Even better, people could be nominated even if they're not on staff.
guess?
I don't do requests, ma'am.
Sir, do you understand? You pissed off like 10 people by saying we weren't doing the pieing this weekend.
Well, the problem that came up was that we had something that we had to take care of and deal with.
Yes,
We had
I know.
no lights. We had no lights and no way to illuminate the area. It would have been worse than what it was at like Syndicate. What was Scorched Earth? I think it was when we had like no lights. Also,
Scorched Earth.
yeah, it was rough. So I know people were upset, but at the same time, I think a lot of us were hurt, especially Tin Man over there. That dude was like broken, wet, and some of us wanted to go and hungry as hell. We wanted to go eat. So
All my local guys were looking forward to it.
yeah, I should have a full video of the footage I got for for Yellow Dog within the next week because Wiener and I are actually going to Irene this weekend.
Yes,
So
we are.
I'll see you sometimes Thursday there, Tubbs.
All right.
To pick up all my stuff. We had headlights. Yeah, that was not the greatest to do it by headlights. So, Tim, do you have any final thoughts or words from the event?
And just overall, I want to thank everybody here. Wiener, this was the first opportunity I had a chance to meet you. Whiskey, I believe we met before, but just me and my boys ever since we've been involved with Player One and Big House Milsim and everything. You all have made every one of these events better and better every time. We appreciate the camaraderie, the friendship, just the fun of it, and I look forward to it. You know, they have some friends who are talking about getting into it. I have a new son-in-law. I'm going to take him out there so I can shoot him a few times. But I mean, you all, if I've never had an opportunity to say it, I just wanted to say I really do appreciate you, what you do, what you're trying to do, and the way that you try to do it in this community. It's amazing people, and I love you all.
Oh, we love you too, Tim, man.
Thank
Remember, guys, also check out the GoFundMe that we shared for helping Donna and Sexy D get her the money, raise the money she can for her
Portable
wheelchair.
Yep.
So
poor Drew doesn't have to die getting in and out of the car.
Dude, I know how some of them are. I mean, Damien's
yeah.
main chair weighs over 350 pounds. The Action Track chair weighs over 500 pounds. So I know exactly how it feels like. That's why I'm loving that my mom has one of the the same type of Airhawk, the ultralight frame, so you can just go whoop right into the truck. Mom, do you have any final thoughts?
Sleep.
Stop it.
All right, excellent. Tubbs, what do you got?
Very much just like Tin Man said. I mean, I came in 2 years ago with all you guys. Joker, you got me to do my first Milsim and did Geiger and then Scorched Earth, and you guys ain't getting rid of me, not even with bleach.
And finally, Whiskey.
Damn, I don't know how to follow that up. Sheesh. No, it was a great event. Minimal on the issue side of things. On the issue side. Even in the bad weather, I mean, it was still, players as a whole did not want to stop. I know
they didn't. They were so disappointed.
Everybody that showed up wanted to roll. So, this is the third event I've done with you guys now. First CL, and can't wait for Scorched.
Yeah. All right, ladies and
Better
gentlemen.
have something better to bribe people with than cookies over here.
Who?
Whiskey. Yeah, whiskey better have something better than cookies.
And it can't be whiskey.
Damn
it. No, I provide that too in the hotel room.
I mean,
one last thing I want to plug before we close this out. Those of you that want to come, we've been stressing this a lot. We've been talking about it a lot. Pew Pew at Sea.
Yes.
If you guys want to come and have the camaraderie that you have at an airsoft event,
just a face-to-face
on the ship, having the good times, unlimited alcohol, unlimited good food for 4 straight nights. Evidently, Tim, man, you're going to be laid up now for a little while. Maybe you can go on the cruise after all.
Dude, I can go. She can't go. And she is not going to let me go out with you fools outside this country. She keeps me on a short leash.
All right, that's it. I got to call Mrs. Tin Man.
Dude,
this time we're not playing. We're just going to be on a boat. We're just going to be in a hot tub.
Oh, yeah. Well, you can.
Not a good selling point.
Bro, feel
you
free.
You want a hot tub sub. I don't know about that.
I'd wait until after she makes sure I wake up tomorrow. She'll probably go if she gets to collect a life insurance policy or something.
No, we need you. You can't die yet. It's like I'm not allowed. If I'm not allowed to die, none of you are.
Yeah, 100%.
I go first. But guys, if you're looking to go to this, Papa's asking for your name. Amanda, I'm just gonna go and give it to him.
Okay.
I'll put you two in a group together. It's Pew Pew at C2. You can find the community group right online. It's not that hard to find. Um, the cabins are pretty reasonable for two people. It's like 1190 interior cabin that includes the drink package, some Wi-Fi, stuff like that. Um, it really is going to be a pretty fun event. We're going to be going to Key West, Bahamas, and then out at the sea and all that fun stuff. So, if you guys want, reach out to me if you need more information. I'll be contacting the cruise line tomorrow anyway for somebody else. So if you need me, hit me up. Other than that, plug that 6mm cruise. That's right, baby. It's worth it. Good time, because we're Thursday before the cruise, night before the cruise, we're gonna hit up Miami Airsoft, take that over. And for those of you who don't want to travel with your gear, we have plenty of stuff that you all can borrow to have some good times. Like I think a nice PUBG game is up into effect. Doing like a PUBG style, doing some Trouble in Terrorist Town. The spin the gun was fun. We literally put a gun in the middle, spin it, and then wherever it pointed to, that's the person that got to pick it up and then hunt everybody down. It was a really fun side. So hit us up. Joker for the W. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, I am Joker for Players Wanted. Oh, look at it. He's trying to look at he comes in, trying to look all what's up? I'm Joker for Players Wanted. With me, it's not a party till he comes out. Wiener from New Breed Airsoft.
The broken tin man.
Broken Tin Man.
The man with the sling. He will take your ass out, even if it means having surgery on it that week. Tin Man. Always a pleasure, Mom. He go boom. Tubbs, and of course the other Gigantor himself, Whiskey. Until next time, may your BBs fly true.